Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gina P.
Your boy, Gray.
And you know, folks, we back for another week of absurdities and bullshit. Fellas, what have you guys been up to, man? It's been a week and a day or so. What you guys been up to?
Well, for me, drove 18 hours up to Chicago for a little gig opportunity. It's cold as fuck. Been in the negative weather for the past.
It's snowing up there?
Oh yeah.
Well, I've still yet to see snow.
Yeah, last night. Right now, it's like it's in single digits right now.
Yeah, bro, you're low. What's the word?
Not well traveled. Nah. When I go to places that snow, when I go the year that I was in New
economical
York,
status.
The year that I went, snow. New York, it hadn't snowed that year, and every time I go to a state that's supposed to snow, I miss it. Like Chicago, last time I was there last year, it started like a little drizzle snow, but it didn't really snow. I haven't been into the actual snow big enough to snowball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right now, yeah, it's snowy. It's in single digits. Last night it was what was it? We got as low as negative 12.
But yeah, it used to snow back when you were staying like in VA and DC, right?
Yeah, but it never got to negatives though.
What part of Chicago you in?
North side mainly. Oh. Not exactly Chicago, but like a little bit outside on the suburbs.
Illinois.
Nigga, you gotta head over there to O Block. Ain't that where O Block at Chicago?
Yeah, head out to O Block now when you get a chance.
Yeah, they called me up here to put some orders, man. Getting the city back safe again. I tell them niggas, go to school, go to work,
Yeah, you look like the police, so.
Yeah, but that's been it, man. Been up here, working, chilling.
What about you, Nate? What you been up to?
Me on my end, nothing much. Been around the house doing gigs around the house. Trying to get get this vehicle up on the Toro platform. They did all that, basically getting ready. I got the green light, the launch, and everything else. So I'm gonna have Mark kind of walk me through all that, trying to see how that endeavor works. Trying to see, before I can, trying to see if I can pick up another vehicle to add to it. Other than that, people getting their ass whooped in the stock market, looking for opportunity there. And other than that, like I said, I re-chipped my tooth this past week.
I was about to say, you're not gonna say nothing. You look a little different this week.
Yeah. So I had a chipped tooth back when I was in middle school.
How did you?
It might have happened in elementary. I remember riding a skateboard, and I hit like a rock, and then I hit my tooth on like a tire, and it broke off. Then, and I went through like all of middle school with a chipped tooth. By the time I got to high school, luckily my dad brought me in. Got a dentist, got it fixed up in high school, so it was gone in high school, and it broke off again like maybe a year or so ago. I had it, because the cement I guess only lasts for so long. Yeah, but this is definitely the shortest I've had it for. It's only been like a year, and it broke off. Sorry, so man, this is what I got a half a chipped tooth.
What'd your dad say when he brought you in?
I don't know. We went years without dental insurance. So, like I said, he let me go almost all my 8th grade, at however long a chip. So let's say 4th grade, 5th grade, through all middle school, I had a chip too. So he had plenty of time to save up.
He didn't tell you suck the volo?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they say. I was skateboarding, so. But other than that, I go with Monday, get the dental insurance, have them, fix me back up. Back is new, How about y'all? What y'all been up to?
Myself, same old. I've just been getting all these renovations done. They finally got up to the podcast room, painted the podcast room. I kind of reorganized some things, took a few things out. There's a lot more space in here now, so And ended up getting a new desk and shit, stand up desk and shit. So,
what do you mean stand up desk?
a desk where you can stand up. Let me show you. Let me show you how
It is better for you. My speaking of stand up desk, my dad actually he just got diagnosed with sciatica. Like he woke up a couple of days ago, barely couldn't walk because he had a pinched nerve because he works in the office, spends all his day sitting down.
See how we living over here?
Nice. So you pull it up, you stand up. Sometimes it's better for you. Yeah, it's definitely all that sitting all day.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Electrical, nice.
A little boss man type shit. You know how it go. You know how we do it over here in the studio.
Well, you find that on Pinterest?
We live good. Nah, I ordered it from Best Buy.
Okay.
I needed a stand up desk because this desk that I have, working from home, you realize the shitty shit you have when you work from home. You realize that
you need it comfortable.
Like this desk used to be amazing until I started working from home. And now you're sitting at it for like 8 hours a day. So you realize all the shit that you did need that you didn't have, but you didn't realize it because you wasn't at the desk all the time. You just pop in every hour or two or here and there. But now I realize how much space I do need. So I ended up getting that desk. Kind of did a little reorganizing, moved some shit around, took some shit out, like I said. But yeah, it's looking pretty good in here. Still got some work to do. Get a few pictures hang up on the wall and shit, but it is what it is. It's coming along. Renovations are coming along a lot better now since I asked the contractor to give me that update on when this project gonna be done. And that nigga been here every day since. Ain't no skipping days no more. So
you trying to get out of it, yeah.
I had to put the pressure on him.
Got to.
No, we need this shit finished before my birthday. My birthday right around the corner, so other than that, nothing else. Supposed to be heading to the doctor's office. I got that. Y'all know I got that big, what's that shit called? A lymph node on my back.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it's like a fatty tumor on my back, some shit like that.
So they gonna carve that bad boy out?
I'm hoping they can just cut that bitch out and let me go on about my business. But the thing with those is like, even if I cut it out, the shit might still grow back anyway. So we'll see.
It beats. I never got the concept of people just letting it get there and get bigger and bigger and bigger. That was the point. You know, cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
I had this shit for at least 10 years now. So
what?
That's what I'm saying. But it's because it's not growing. See, that's what I'm saying. I understand people leaving it there because they do nothing. But when actually you got it in the giant ass ball, like, bro, what is going on here?
Yeah, I probably would have cut that shit myself. Like,
so I went to a dermatologist, I think, a couple years ago, and it was like, nah, it's gotten too big. You need an actual general surgeon to do it. So I was like, it don't hurt or anything like that. It's just there. It's not uncomfortable or anything. So I was just like, I'll just wait. But
I guess when it gets too big, it's too much risk of it, too much blood loss or blood bleeding out or anything.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna go to the
I
dermatologist.
watch that one lady a lot on TikTok, Dr. Pimple Popper. And that's why a lot of people need surgeries, because when you're in the surgery, they can use the thing that when they cut it, you know how it burns it automatically so it doesn't bleed out.
Yeah.
So they use one of those. It's crazy.
And I received my COVID test from the government. I didn't put your orders in.
The at-home test? No,
Yeah.
people were sending those texts out, but I didn't want to.
Shit.
I know how that was going. You know, scammers are running a mile a minute out here in these streets. And I was like,
No, you ordered from the actual
yeah, how you getting scammed?
I didn't, because I got it through text message. Everybody was texting people, "Hey, you the first to get a COVID." I'm like, nah, right. I paid the money. You know what I'm saying?
Be the first to get a COVID. I mean,
yeah, these ain't no Jordan drops. You're about to just click on any random links. Listen, these scammers are rough out here, bro. You know, scammers
Yeah.
go around going to restaurants and replacing QR codes with their own QR codes.
Oh wow.
And then they're going to parking station parking meters and putting their QR codes there. You know how you can pay your, and you thinking you paying the parking meter, they have access to your account. Listen, scamming is a different beast now right now. You know what I'm saying?
I need to get into that shit, bro. Because listen, if I play out my my alarm to wake up to go to work, let me see if I can find that shit. Let me see if I can find that shit real quick. Play that shit for y'all. Hopefully it don't get copyrighted or nothing. Can y'all hear it?
Heard you went in for my friend, is you stupid? Heard you went and caught the beans, is you stupid? Spending all your dividends, is you stupid? You must be
The hell's
stupid.
that, bro?
You must be stupid. You done went in for my friend, is you stupid? Heard you went and caught the beans, is you stupid?
All right, that's
Who's that
enough.
singing?
Say what?
Who's that singing?
That's Young Thug, man. It's a song called it's a song called Stupid/Accent.
You know what? That's why the pilot didn't want to fly to New York, bro.
So every time I wake up, I realize how stupid I
You
am.
must have heard that shit. Like, what the fuck? No, this nigga ain't getting on my jet, bro. I ain't playing this nigga anywhere sounding like that.
Yeah, bro. Every time I wake up and have to go to clock in, I realize how stupid I am. These niggas out
You
here
listen to that
scamming
shit,
and making a killing, making quadruple what I'm making.
Yeah, these scammers are ruthless right now, though. You gotta be careful, though. Pay with everything on credit card, though. You know, credit card, zero liability. When I pay at the pump, I do everything on credit card. I mean, these scammers are running a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Nowadays,
your bank account is secured for up to $250,000.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, the whole you still have to go through it with arguing. Credit card, you just claim it's not yours. They replenish that account automatically.
Yeah, I had to do that one the other day because I went somewhere and I ordered two things on separate occasions and they're the same price.
Mm-hmm.
I got that fraud alert. I said, "Nope, that is not me, sir." I said, "That is not me." They only charged me once, so I was like, "Okay, I'm about to get into my scamming bag real quick."
It's the only way, though. That shit's wild. Yeah, we're gonna get into these shorties or any other?
Let's do it. Oh, I'm going up to I'm supposed to be shooting up to Tallahassee this weekend. Got a conference to go to up in Tallahassee, so I'm being Tallahassee this weekend.
What you got going on up there?
You know, frat conference.
Okay.
So hopefully that goes well. First time taking an electric card on the road trip, so I'll see how that goes.
Is there like a network you guys that allows you to access the network as well?
Yeah, I got Electrify America.
But your thing still could work at a Tesla station, right?
Only certain Tesla stations, and I have to use the adapter.
That's what I'm saying. You just use the adapter, so like the supercharger.
I can't use the fast chargers, the Tesla fast chargers. No.
Oh, okay.
But like,
You'll be able to make it up there in one charge?
No, I should have to. I think I routed it, and it told me I had to make like a couple stops where I charge for like 10 minutes here. Then the next one would be like charge for 30 minutes, shit like that. So,
okay.
So it only added like 40 minutes to the ride. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but I can't use the superchargers, the Tesla's one, because in America it's not open to any EV yet. I know they started that shit in Europe where Tesla's superchargers are open up to any what's name?
Yeah.
Any EV, but in America they're not like that yet. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Not too bad. Guess we can get in these absurdities.
What y'all want to jump into first? Politics, hip hop, pop culture?
Yeah,
Politics seems short this week.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's start with that.
All right, so on here I see Biden calls a reporter a bitch on the hot mic. I didn't see this one. What happened?
Wasn't the bitch I called him a jackass, wasn't it?
Nah.
It says bitch.
Yeah, call him a bitch, bro.
He called it was a him.
Yeah.
So give us a backstory, bro. What happened?
Well, what it is, like he was at a one of these like what do you call that, meetings where he was like taking questions, and one of the reporters asked him, would he mind taking questions about the inflation?
Oh yeah, he called him a son of a bitch. That's what it was. Yeah.
So that's a stupid question you wanted to ask.
Yeah, inflation, stupid son of a bitch. Yeah,
stupid son of a bitch. And he didn't realize the mic was, like he was in front of the mic.
He didn't call the reporter a bitch. He called the reporter's mom a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Because he's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So that's even worse. You insulted my mother.
Yeah.
That's like that. I seen that meme where it goes, "Hey, what's your name?" Tony.
Yeah, I love it. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Tony. No, fuck you. It was hilarious. And at the last night, it was like, you better not say that about my mother. You know, that was a hilarious one.
So that's an insult to throwing salt on the injury if you talk about a nigga mom. That nigga he didn't respond.
No, but media made it a big deal talking about it presidential and try to make it a big thing, and people are responding like they're like, what do you mean no presidents? And I'm like, did you just wake up did you forget how these last 40 years were? What the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And people are trying to say it's not him and Trump, you know what I'm saying? They're practically the same. We're like, no, it's not nowhere the same. You have one guy that did one thing, or a guy that, other than Trump, who out here is checking and cursing people out almost every day.
Yeah.
You know, America, man, the shit is crazy, you know.
So now you got both sides cursing.
You got both sides cursing, you know. Biden is known for his gaffes every now and then slipping.
Yeah, Biden, yeah, he's been doing that.
He's known for, saying a thing or two or a hot mic, but that's different than Trump just calling you out. Talking.
And the funny thing is the look on his face where like he didn't realize, the mic was still on.
Yeah.
He was just looking around like, damn, like I fucked up. Like did you hear that?
Oh, speaking of politics,
he called dude. He didn't even really apologize. He just say it's not personal.
Yeah, it's not.
Fox News had to pick it up, and blast it.
Yeah, you're the same guy that every time I'm having a meeting, you out here asking dumbass questions and pressing me about dumb shit. I gotta check you.
It's about time Biden start checking these folks that be trying to press them. So it is what it is.
People forget at one point Trump had just stopped doing meetings. Remember the White House just stopped doing press briefings. Yeah. We're like almost 2 months. We just weren't doing it. But I think we off that. They just send letters or just do it via Twitter. So they should be so happy.
What else we got in politics? You was about to say something in politics, Nate.
Oh, one of the Supreme Court judges decided to step down. So, it's a Democratic one. So that leaves room for Biden to appoint one finally. And they're people are pressing him, trying to say, are you going to make sure that you keep your promise to put a black woman on the Supreme Court bench? And of course, he said, yeah, he said, yeah, of course, so we're going to get a black woman on the Supreme Court bench.
Listen, that shouldn't be a determining factor of who gets a position. He
said that before he's running. Well, we've never had a black woman on the bench, and we do have a black man, even though he's a Republican black man that's on there. So, but the Democratic Party, you got to go black woman first every time. So, they're gonna have that drop. They already had the What was it? Cicely Tyson? No, that's Cicely. Who did they put on the quarter?
Harriet
Porter?
Tubman. No.
They never came out the Harriet
No,
Tubman. They never came out the
no.
Harriet
You're
Tubman
talking about maybe
$2 bill.
the what was it? No, was it the $2
The poet,
bill?
the poet that just died. She's on one of our quarters.
Oh, Maya Angelou?
Yeah, Maya Angelou. So, but we got Frederick Douglass on a coin anyway. So,
Yeah, we have a lot of black people on coins. Like, there's a damn. Didn't you give me a coin, Gray?
Yeah, I did.
You gave me
Silver coin.
a Carver, right?
Yeah, George Washington Carver.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my coin?
That one's different. That's not like one of those like circulation type. That was like one of the older coin.
Damn,
Damn, you lost that?
nah,
Damn.
I just don't know where it's at, but I know it's in a safe place because
Okay.
that's my frat brother, so I can't lose the coin. I know it's in a safe place. I just can't remember where I put it, but it's here.
Okay. Oh, he was part of the frat too?
Yeah, man.
Oh wow.
Birthday's January 5th, Carver date. Shout out to the blue crew.
the Blue Crew.
What is y'all? Do y'all even know who George Washington Carver is?
I do, yeah.
What? How do you know George Washington Carver? Gray, just Gray. Let me know.
It's been a long time, man. Come on. From school, just reading about him. Yeah, it's been a while, but damn. But I know he George Washington Carver. Was he one of the first he was one of the first.
He did something for America.
Yeah, he was one of the first something. I know he was probably who graduated from
Nah.
from college or something like that.
Nah, he was a chemist and he did a lot of stuff with the peanut.
A peanut.
Peanut. The plant peanut.
He invented peanut butter? Or?
No, that's what a lot of people give him credit for, is inventing peanut butter. But he did a lot of other things, like create a whole bunch of different medicines and different uses for the peanut.
Okay.
Other than peanut butter. Somebody else created peanut butter.
Peanut oil, peanut.
Yeah, all that other shit. Like created a whole bunch of shit with peanuts and shit. So
okay, he was an agriculture scientist, yeah.
Right. And everybody give him credit for peanut butter, but that's the one thing he didn't do with the peanut. Nigga wasn't thinking about eating peanut butter, bro. Nigga was trying to better society with peanuts.
You know, look at all the way peanut. We got oatmeal. We got all sorts of shit peanuts on. Huh? Good thing my dog.
Yeah, that's bad. I need to go review my history.
Speaking of, while we're in politics, Florida already passed a law for the no critical race theory. Now they're trying to pass a law that don't allow you to use the word gays at all in school.
Hold on, they passed it off for what?
They did the critical race, so you can't teach that in school or anything like that. They passed a law basically that said, here's the law they passed, not a critical race. They passed a law that said, you can't teach anything that's gonna make white kids feel uncomfortable.
Wow.
Or feel guilty. And it's kind of Florida always passing shit, I'm sure.
But where does that even draw a line? Because are we no longer allowed to talk about school shootings?
It's crazy. NAACP's already on the verge trying to beat it. And now the next law they're passing is they're about to take gay, make you can't talk about gay in school.
I know you like that. You like that law, Nate. That's up right up your alley.
Get them out of here, huh? They're like, why would I don't care if they have the gay in school. There's not. They never talk about gay too much anyway. So I don't know. But you know how it is.
So now, like, that's going to create more arguments.
Republicans are good at setting the tone to make us overreact for shit when they're not doing anything. So if they tackle this, we're going to be busy fighting that off instead of worrying about policies that are passed. That's going to take all the attention. Like the whole critical race theory was never taught in K through 12. It's a college level course that you have to select. So the fact that we're over here fighting and arguing over it is because they've taken the narrative. Now we're over here arguing about critical race theory being banned from elementary schools and middle schools and high schools, a place that was never taught. It was never taught.
So now what's next? Now we're gonna so like every time one of these things pass, like it always like bleed into something else. So now you're still teaching about, like Jews and Holocaust.
No, not Jews and Holocaust. They can do that.
They didn't touch that. I'm just saying it might bleed over to that,
White folks as individuals, great fine people. As a whole, when they get to moving on a mass, these motherfuckers, they mastery of wickedness. When they start doing, when they start thinking of shit like that, imagine doing all sorts of atrocities in history, and then now making your kids can't learn about it. And they're teaching our kids. In a couple generations, Black kids won't know nothing about no slavery or anything like that. That's what they're trying to. They're trying to wipe that from the book. They're trying to make you not even realize you're in a position or position.
Remember a few years ago.
History now. I mean, damn.
A few years ago, what's the big company that does the textbooks and shit? It's like Texas something.
Texas Instruments. Yep.
Right. Tried to call slavery
the triangle trade.
Not even the triangle trade. They tried to call it slavery like they tried to replace slavery with free labor or something like that. Some bullshit. Some ridiculous shit where they wasn't.
They called it some other form of, and they changed the name instead of the slave trade to the triangle trade. They did a couple of stuff. They didn't try to. They changed it. They said something migration. They changed the name from slavery to like almost like unwilling migration or something like that, or labor migration or some shit.
Some bullshit, bro. So
try to change the verbiage.
Remember, history is always his story. So it's whatever the person is telling the story. If they get to tell it, they're gonna tell it their way, and they're gonna make it look good on their end.
Here's the thing.
How can you argue?
Here's the thing. When that's why Jewish folks send their kids to their own school. They're not gonna allow no one else to write the books for them or not teach their history. We're the only fools. I mean, I can't say we're the only fools, but it's set up to where we don't have a system of our own, and we're relying on their system. We can't allow. We can't. I can't even think why would they be teaching the bad side of their own history. You know what I'm saying? It's shooting my own self in the foot. It makes sense why I'll omit this, leave all this out. You know what I'm saying? If I honestly thought we were equal and I thought you were actually part of us or part of this, you know what I'm saying? Then it makes sense. And I'll put an honest effort, just like the Germans do. They talk about Nazi Germany and Hitler. They talk about all their plights, everything they've done wrong. They don't hide from it. But when you see something that you've done, either you feel it isn't too wrong, or you don't take no responsibility for it, or you're even still benefiting from it, you're gonna hide the reason for it. You're just gonna, we're gonna omit that. We're not gonna speak on that. You know what I'm saying? And leave that part out.
Just like your boy, what's his name? Was he a congressman or some shit? Talking about the one that has said African Americans vote at a same rate as Americans. As
real Americans, Mitch McConnell. Yeah. Republican Mitch McConnell. And then you see a bunch of African Americans on Twitter going on talking about, I'm a real American, and you know how that goes, man. My take on that is I just live here, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like the majority is never gonna look at the minority like you're the same.
Yeah.
And then
you can say you're real American, and by all means you are on paper, but for you to tell a white person you're real American, you're looking real stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even an argument you want to have, bro.
Yeah, it's not the argument because they'll break it down. It's like you're in an abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll break it down to you why you're not, and you can tell them everything you are. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh yeah, are you really? Then how come our government does this? How come we kill all your leaders? How come we give your? They can go down the list. They can go down the list of why you not. So it's a stupid argument. Like I'm a real American to the face of white people. Like yeah, then I'm be like, what do you mean by that I'm American? But till I'm American, like it sounds to me, it sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? I just someone on Twitter posted that she made a good point, you know, like a little heartfelt thing. What did she mention? I was looking at the thread. She said something about she loves America, you know, the same way that Africans or people from the diaspora, you know, the islands, how they love their country. She understand the country don't love them as much, but this is all they know and they love America just the same way. Like, to me, it's not the same.
What did you hit her with?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what did you say to her?
I responded back. I said, I said, this love you speak of is foreign to me. I just live here. I said, love it sometimes, hate it sometimes. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I said, I know too much to be patriotic, but I'm wise enough to be appreciative. I love this planet if that counts. I never got this whole love my country. You can love the country if the country do for you. Sure.
You didn't hit her with the
Nah, you know, she was like a fundamental Black American, as they call themselves now. There's this movement.
She let you off easy.
Yeah, there's this movement to make Black Americans proud to be Americans because they're like, we don't love America, we just love what we built. I like, yeah, y'all built it, but y'all still built it under the guidance of white supremacy. It ain't what you built. You didn't willingly go out and build this. Motherfucker, you were putting the work. Yeah, so how can you? It's like a worker loving what they do. Well, no, you can't say you love what you built.
They gave you instructions. They gave you instructions and beat you to do it.
Yeah, beat you to. How can you love what you built? That don't make no sense. You didn't benefit from it. You got nothing from it. It don't make no sense. But you know what I'm saying? It don't. I can't tell people not to be patriotic. In the grand scheme of things, it's always an oxymoron, and it's always like a catch-22. It's kind of like a paradox. A Black person can be patriotic because you like what the country is doing, and you see based on the rest of the world, this is one of the best systems to be in. You know what I'm saying? But we also know, if you're educated, you also know why it's one of the best systems, at what expense they're keeping their foot on the neck of all the other places. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get the love for it. Like, I love that I'm a benefactor of being in that system. Sure. But what is there to love? You saying, how can you say you love this and not speak of, but you got people talking about, yeah, they don't speak about the corruption in their countries. Is that they're like, yeah, but you don't realize in other places that you're speaking of, the reason they are what they are is because we're at where we're at. It ain't like we just stole from there and took the slaves and left them alone. We got stuff persisting going on, politics and stuff going on to this day. We destabilize other governments, and you know what I'm saying? We do shit like that. We got stuff like over here in America where farming don't even make no money. We subsidize the farmers. We give them money. What do the farmers do with the excess? They send it to other countries and sell it cheaper than their people. So those people can't even, like Haiti and some places like that, can't even compete when you know what I'm saying, what stuff that are coming in. The same way we complain about China doing that to us with low prices and low shit. We do it to all the islands around here when it comes to veggie, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to stuff like that. So it's crazy. So I just don't see it like that. But if a person's patriotic, then by all means, I can't speak you out of it. But don't speak to the detriment of other countries if they didn't have a fair shot at being, you know what I'm saying?
Not just really a fair shot, it's just like a big advantage.
Yeah, they're at a disadvantage. They're at a brain drain. It's one of those things. Just this week, the Supreme Court,
even like looking from the beginning, how like this country started versus other countries started.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like you come from like a society like from an already what do you call that? And already fully function, like.
Yeah, they wiped out a country that started by wiping out a whole group of people,
which was also one of the most powerful at that time. And also, you found like some of the stuff that you could improve on it, and you went somewhere and brought that value and wanted to bring that up, but also along the way you did some wrongs and to benefit yourselves.
It's the fact that they still do wrong. It's not even like they did something wrong.
Yeah, and it's to continue. Yeah,
it's the reason why I say it's kind of hard to be patriotic and be Black in America, because They
Well, that's the
see,
Native Americans.
yeah, if you're just fighting for black rights in America and it wasn't an issue, then we would have got a lot more progress. But anytime there's any big progress or anytime like that, they kill the leaders, they do all that. But maybe it's because a lot of our leaders that were big, they have like communist leanings. They weren't dipping into the capitalist system, and our capitalism has always been using, when capitalism is for there to be winners, there's got to be some losers. And our system, we're designed to be the designated losers.
Yeah,
We're the de facto
capitalism
losers
really,
in this system.
capitalism really set for like the 10% to be winners.
Yeah, but
The rest of the
there's
90%,
But if it was real capitalism, you just let the losers be whoever they fall. But in our system, we design a set loser.
Yeah.
So we can keep certain people employed. So in our system, black people are the default losers. It's meant that way.
Mm-hmm.
In places like rural America where there's no jobs, there's nothing, how do we give them jobs? We're giving them prisons. What do we pack those prisons with? They ain't going to fill themselves.
Yeah, well, now even some of the factories that was in the inner city, they moved them to rural.
Yeah, exactly. They keep those people happy. In black places, they just leave them dilapidated and they over police them and they'll fill the prisons up. The prison gives them free labor. You know what I'm saying? I seen one where on what was it, $1 million worth of game, or Wallow, where he was talking about how there's generations of black folks in prison. Like there's a dad in there, there's a son in there, and his son's gonna probably end up in there. And then you have generations of white folks in there where a mom works in a ward, then the brother works in another area, then the son, and they'll go in there starting as a regular sergeant, then lieutenant, then move up, you know what I'm saying? And then like he said one of the guys getting the picture and told him, "Thank you, man," showed him the house. He said, "You and your homies bought this one." You know what I'm saying? Showing them how degrading the thing is, in the sense that there's a system in place to keep, because any government, if you don't give your people work, the shit will get bad quick. Oh, yeah. So in rural America, a long time, the way they keep them pacified, the way they give them jobs is, hey, why don't you just become go work at the warden or go work at the jailhouse instead of third, and they're gonna keep that shit cranking and open because they're gonna know what places, they already know what people they're gonna fill it up with. You know what I'm saying? It's not like jails is a business. They know it is not like, oh man, people aren't breaking laws anymore. We might as well close up jails. They're gonna say, we're just gonna make this illegal. Then we're gonna make that illegal. They're gonna choose what they see what a certain demographic does the most. They'll make that illegal, and therefore you could grasp of that the most. It's just crazy. Just this week, Mississippi Supreme Court struck down the new voting maps, because in Mississippi, 1 in 3 people over there are black, but the voting map tried to gerrymander and try to do it to try to make it where it's only like 1 in 7. You know what I'm saying? And how it would have hit it. It said, but even though in this place, black folks are supposed to have the most strong voting rights or the most strong voting power, but the way they try to redraw the map, it ain't. You cluster them together to try not give them power. They said, now you guys got by 12 days to redo this map and make it where at least 3 out of the 7 counties are black majority, because there are 1 in 3 black people in Mississippi are black. I believe that's one of the most black populated states.
Mississippi?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep, but like as you can see, they don't have the most black voting power because they're gerrymandered. That's the difference between what people tell me about Republicans and Democrats. When y'all talking about what Democrats has done for you, like maybe they ain't do a goddamn thing, but they ain't trying to stop you from voting. You know what I'm saying? If the same efforts Republicans take and constantly trying to make black people can't vote, they could have just said, hey, they could have at least went the Trump route and be like, hey, what the fuck have they done for you? Come over here and at least promise a few things. They went skip the fucking, we ain't gonna promise nothing. Let's stop these niggas away from voting. Let's prevent them voting. That to me is worse than a motherfucker at least coming to me and pitching me a lie and half delivering. This motherfucker said,
I don't know which is worse, but
nah, there's one worse. One be like, nah, we're not gonna do nothing for you, and we're gonna keep you out the game. You know, over policing, doing all that. To me, that to me is almost worse. They can they can complain about the Democrats all they want, this, that, and the third. Democrats got too many interests that they're over here worrying about, this, that, and the third. But when you try to make it where black folks, you're making it harder for them to vote. You added more rules in the books. You know what I'm saying? Even in Florida, well, when they made it where if you serve your time, you're a convicted felon, you're allowed to get, once you're over it, once you serve your time, once you're off the books, you're allowed to restore your rights back to vote, because they know majority of the country is Democrat. Florida ended up passing a law saying you have to be fully paid back restitution before you're allowed to vote. Who's gonna fucking go out the way and pay a bill to vote? If the shit ain't free, motherfuckers ain't gonna do it. If they would have told you voting is $30, I'd have been like, fuck it, I ain't voting. As soon as you make that bitch inconvenient, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. So you already know if motherfuckers are criminals.
In the grand scheme, like if you're, if you know, like people actually do that, you know, we can remove a lot of these guys out of office.
What?
But I guess we don't look at stuff like that as a unit. Like
if you to make more, yeah, that's why Florida made it. But each time Democrats make a move, you know, Republicans are going to do 2 more steps. So
yeah.
So even though it didn't turn Florida Democrat or nothing, as soon as they put that on the books, it didn't change it. It didn't change it a bit because criminals aren't gonna, or former criminals, even though they're reformed, they, like I said, they had a past record that I was saying, and they want to be part of their thing. And it's worse because they're being taxed without representation. They don't get a say, a know-how, you know what I'm saying? They got all the rights restored. They can even probably even own a gun and all that now, you know what I'm saying? Especially if what's saying, but now they still can't vote unless they're willing to pay that bill up.
Are you still patriotic?
Man, I just live here, bro. I got patriotic come Olympic times though. You know, when it's Olympic, we dash on these other countries. I rock with that. I got no problem be patriotic then, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could be, and you know, I know enough not to be fully patriotic, but I'm also appreciative enough to, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what y'all talking about. I love this country.
Yeah, I'm appreciative enough to know, hey, this shit ain't that bad, and some motherfuckers got it bad.
I ain't gonna lie, man. On my drive up here, man, I did like it's fucking beautiful, man.
Oh, when you drive this country, this shit is definitely beautiful.
Oh man,
this is. I think we got more Greenland, more rural places than almost anywhere in at least the developed countries.
Not really.
I'm talking about Greenland, usable, just doing nothing with.
Yeah, but that's because we have so much more space than other developed countries. If you look at developed countries, like, especially in Europe, all them shits is packed up together, and that space is only like half of America.
Exactly. Europe
doesn't have enough room. You got like Russia. Yeah, them motherfuckers got.
Oh, Russia got space. You know, but to me, that's why Russia's a different breed of white guys. That's why America don't like it, man. That's a different type of white guys.
They're like the nigger whites.
Yeah, exactly. They grew up cold in the tundra. They look at us as we're soft, you know what I'm saying? They got it off the muscle. So they're different. They're a different breed of whites now. America look at them as a threat, and mainly because they're the only other white ran country that's based on communism. You know, that's ultimate issue against capitalism. So that's why we look at it as our ultimate enemies being Russia and China. And right now we're really,
But I don't think really America would want them to be capitalism, because if them boys really were to become capitalism, oh man.
America, they say they want them to be capitalist. I mean, that's their biggest issue.
America doesn't want that.
Because we allow anyone to get away with anything if you're capitalists. We don't give a damn. We'll allow your dictator to do whatever you want. Those people, we don't look the way as long as you switch over to capitalism. The communist aspect.
No, we do, because you guys understand capitalism is really like it's competition. So yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like there's gonna be a loser. That's like saying, like, you know, like two teams going to the final and, you know, they both win. You know, you can't have that.
What I mean is, we don't like the fact that governments are out here taking care of their people. We don't like that whole setup of it. We don't like that, because that would mean we would have to.
Yeah, we don't like it because we want to be ahead. We want to be have all the advantage. We want to have all the benefits.
I think it's just the way. You know.
But what do we care about? You know, somebody, another government taking care. You know.
I think it's just our elites here.
If it doesn't take anything from our pocket.
Yeah, I think it's just our elites here because it's gonna make our people start questioning here.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get a working class? Because that's what we breed here. We breed workers. If they're looking at other countries, like, hey, they got healthcare over there. They got take care of it. We like so we gotta almost insult these other countries, say how horrible they are, how corrupt they are. Thank God you're in America. It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Even our allies that are halfway socialists, they're not fully socialists like Europe and all them. You know what I'm saying? We try to say, at least you should be glad medicine over here. They gotta wait. They gotta wait a whole year to get their medicine over there, but they're not going bankrupt over shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Surgeries, yeah.
And so America, if we can't tell you about, here's our go-to lines: freedom. But like, hey, you got freedom of speech, which we do got. You know what I'm saying? I was just listening to YG's "Fuck Donald Trump" the other day. It was on Pandora. I was like, nowhere else in the world could you get away with a song like this.
Nah, you could
nowhere to make a song like that. YG and
sitting president.
Yeah, why the nigga was a sitting president? That shit would not happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they write about that free speech. We do got that. Then the Second Amendment. We're one of the most armed populace they are in the world. So there's that. So it lets you know you can talk all you want and you strap. You got the freedom. No one can just come and take it from where you want. So that's our second go-to bag. And they just tell you, and then you have, and the rest is all yours. It's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get your piece of American dream. We got the best game. We do got the best.
I mean,
when it comes to selling dreams, we got the best package out of dream selling.
Yeah, true.
Our package do look the most enticing.
I would say the thing is, America really allows you to like fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though the fight's not going to be unfair, you're going to be against. You're going to go against a giant, but it still puts you in the ring, and.
Exactly. Some places are like, we're not giving you an opportunity to be in the ring. Where you at is where you at. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. So this is different. I was speaking to my parents just on that topic because we got some family that are in Canada. They're talking about when they came here by boat a long time ago. And my dad was like, he was like, Canada's okay, but it's never gonna be enough. If you're a person that's not a worker or anything like that, then you can go to Canada. But if you have a lot of people depending back on you back at home, that ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? You need a place where you could grind. If you know what I'm saying, that's what America gives you.
Yeah, if you're a hustler, you're gonna
and that's what's sexy about America. It's the gambling. It's the
if
the way you could wing it and win.
Yeah, if you hungry, it's opportunity. But if you be like, man, I'm fucking tired, I'm old, there ain't no hustle left in me. That's why motherfuckers are coming. They're passing up US. You know what I'm saying? They're going wherever they can. All those Africans, even though it's closer, but they rather go to those places. They're like, I'd rather get this guarantee. I've struggled all my life. They're not looking to strike it rich. In America really, all Americans do really believe at some point they're gonna make it rich. It's not until they get old and they kind of just like, all right, I'm never gonna be rich. I'll settle. But at some point, all Americans do believe that they're gonna be rich.
Of course, yeah.
Then life beats it out of them. Nowhere else in the world do people believe that they're gonna be rich. But America, that's part of their package. You're like, if I strike it really rich, I get the rich package.
We got the Vegas mentality.
Yeah, exactly. They sell that shit great to us on that aspect. So we
really highlight, look at, like Elon Musk, man, like coming from South Africa and now, one of the richest men in the world right now by a long shot.
We glorify and nowhere else in the world if you're a rich person, do you expect it to run for office? In America, anytime you're a billionaire and there's a mic in front of you, the media always asks you, will you ever run for office? Will you ever run for presidency? We put it hand in hand. If you make money here, we assume that you could rule us.
Charge. You could rule it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like it's almost like saying like you won the game. Like we're
you won the game. Why don't you come be a coach? Yeah,
that's how you do it, man.
Yep. And as much as you see people hating Elon now or hating Bezos, I'm sure you can find at least 15, 20 interviews where they ask them, do they have any political aspirations? Will they ever run president? Anytime you're a billionaire, America asks you, bro. They ask the Koch brothers. They've been asking Trump for over 20 years. So people acting like these guys just decided to do it. Like, nah, y'all been planting that seed from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Trump just happened to be the first one to jump on it. But y'all been asking billionaires for the longest would they ever run. Anytime they make a billion.
They've asked Oprah. I remember that.
Oprah. But now that we got these new billionaires that use their influence to get rich, I'm wondering how long before we can ask them, because can they start asking Jay-Z? Can they ask, you know what I'm saying? Can they start asking Kanye? Can they ask Rihanna? can they ask Michael Jordan? Because they're not billionaires too.
Yeah.
Or is it just the old way? Because now you have celebrity billionaires. They got rich off leveraging their celebrity. So is that different than the guys that got it off of industry?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't
You know
gonna.
what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna ask you niggas that got $1 billion.
Yeah, they're not gonna ask you niggas, right? They're gonna always reduce you to your. They're gonna always reduce Jay-Z to. Well, he used to sell drugs back at Marcy Prime. This dude's worth $2 billion, dog. He's been richer is more than his life than he's ever been broke. But we're always gonna reduce him back to that. He used to sell drugs.
All right, nigga, let's get off this high horse on politics and how shitty how I don't like to be in America.
I never said that.
Let's jump
Let's
into
get into hip hop.
Let's jump into some hip hop. You got your girl Cardi B gets a big W this week.
Yes, sir.
Y'all want to explain what happened with Cardi B? Y'all want me to do it?
Well, it's the case where you had this YouTuber named Tasha K.
She got a popular show. I'm sure got millions of followers.
Yeah, she does. She got like over 1 million subscribers. And for a while, like she'd been making like multiple videos, making false claims about, you know, Cardi B having herpes, saying that she gave herpes to Offset, and said a whole bunch of other foul stuff. And Cardi B, like, you know, reached out to her, you know, like trying to like say, hey, stop, dirtying my name, put, false information like that out there. And she wouldn't let up. She even, tried to extort her, like trying to get her to pay for her to put, take those videos down. So, and even in court, she admit, like those were lies. Like, that's how bold, this lady was, like to admit that, those are lies. I know I'm lying, yes, but I'm gonna still continue to, keep pushing. Like she made her like damn near like over 40 of these videos, and she claimed
she has a bunch.
And she claimed she made over $4 million on them. Cardi B finally decided to strike back, so she decided to sue her.
Well, Cardi B been not playing game with media that paints her in an unfair light. She fights back because Cardi B is not a new celebrity, so she's not that you just talk about me, I ignore. She just literally just got popping. She was already popping online as a personality, so she's not gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? She's changing, and that's a good or bad thing. She went against Jason Lee for a long time. It don't matter who you are from Hollywood Unlocked. It don't matter if you out here painting her own light, she'll call you out. This, that, and the third. And now that she got money, she'll sue you if you out here making false claims on her. She's like, hey, you got to stop. Yeah. Some of these people be like, nah, I'm not letting up, nigga. This shit got hits and she got clicks. And you thinking she's a celebrity, she's going to let it slide. She's like, nah, bro.
She ain't just doing the shoe anymore.
So that
I respect it. I wish that's how Donald Trump moves. I wish more motherfuckers do it. Like, listen, I make money, and a little bit of this money I make is just to keep motherfuckers that think they could just, because your celebrity can be used against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much motherfuckers make up false stories about Kanye West right and left, this, that, and third, and gotten rich off of it. They take pictures. Just like Kanye was just speaking this past week, how the paparazzi stopped him outside, and Kanye said, I'm going to change that right now. You guys take our pictures, our images of us and our kids. Y'all get clicks, y'all get hits. We don't get a cut of that, not even a percentage. He said, I'm going to change all that pretty soon, which is crazy. Kanye said he's going to change that, but he said, because he's been saying for the longest how celebrities are like a very unprotected class. And I can see he's right in that aspect.
He's right.
What else could you go off and just do shit like that? Take a picture of the children and just splash it online? Because anyone else's kids, when they take it and they put it online, they usually blur out the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Celebrities take pictures of their kids. You get to make any story about them. You don't even get to recant it. And people feel they're protected just by saying allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
And you remember back then, only certain, certain paparazzi used to have access to celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
But now, damn near anybody, can just, locate, even with social media. Now you could find, where the celebrity is going to be at because, they're posting, where they're at, maybe at a basketball game
See, I think a lot of people see how TMZ got popping and they want to do that route, but they don't realize that the guy from TMZ is a lawyer. So he knows just about how far he can go.
Before they used to just take the pictures and put them in magazine.
Yeah. And now when he comes out and says stuff, he'll say allegedly, or he'll backtrack, or he'll just discuss on it. But Harvey don't overpress something that there's no proof to. And Harvey, as we can see with Trump, that if there's a story real bad, they'll run to you first before it comes out in public. And here's what's real dirty about the game. You can buy the story from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get it? You can kill the story if you want to pay it. Hey, this shit going for 150, bro. I'm about to drop it. And if you got it, you can pay to kill it off.
Mm-hmm.
They sell you the story. They sell it. And they're like, oh, we're not gonna talk about it with that. Hey, here's the story. You're now the owner of it. Mm-hmm. So you get to put it out if you want to now. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking dirty game. It's extortion.
Yeah, back then, like we only see celebrities when they wanted us to see them.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. But now, like it's worse, they don't really a lot of them do want to be seen too, so
it's still moved like that. As you can see, people of power, how come we never see these politicians whenever they out and eating and everything? I'm saying it's done.
Politicians are a little different.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't really move like celebrities. They're not really posting out, as much as
or these billionaires or these companies. It's done to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? It's done to the media is owned by billionaires, so they decide who they want to keep the attention. They're not going to be dumb enough to be like, hey, when we start recording my fellow billionaire left and right, they're like, nah, then it'll be a dirty game. They're like, they don't like to put that. That's the class that's the most protected, dog. You don't get a shit what they're doing at all.
Yeah, most of that is when nobody really knows about you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So that's the class that's the most protected. But the millionaires and the regular guys that are on your screen, that's the trade-off.
That's how I want to be, because you know how like you around here, you see like these old ladies driving, the brand new Bentley, the brand new, like a Phantom, Rolls Royce, whatever. Yep. Or even a Ferrari, but you see it's a really very old person in there coming out of there.
But the thing about America, that's the trade-off right there, though. When you're black in America, if you got money and you don't have family to go with it, you look like a suspect. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to have to act, what the fuck did he do? They're always going to ask that if they don't already know what you do. You know what I'm saying? So being a celeb, you can use being quiet and building your wealth in America as one thing, but once you get a certain way and you want to really be able to live, you got to let everybody know, hey, I do this, so they stop asking you. You want to access the other half of it. That's when you get to live like the other half.
It's like, what's the name, buddy? That was the richest black guy in America.
Yep.
When that
they didn't see him coming.
Was it Robert Smith?
Yeah, Robert Smith. They didn't see Robert Smith coming. That's how Robert Smith got to where he was at.
And then as soon as he did some shit to get the attention, which was pay all the college tuition for the whole graduating class,
they hit his ass with a fucking fine out this world.
Exactly. They had to go see it. Let's see how this nigga get his money.
Exactly. They cracked the books on him, and he had to pay a huge multi-million-dollar fine for taxes unpaid on some trades years back, because these motherfuckers go crack the books on you whenever you know what I'm saying, when you black and you getting it. You know what I'm saying? But now that he got it, he just bought according to Gray, I think he just bought a football team.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Which team is this?
But I don't have much.
And is it majority owner or is it part?
I would say partial.
It's probably partial or most likely a majority. But yeah, that's how you gotta move in silent, or you know what I'm saying, or people are gonna question you.
To be black in America.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Well, he's contemplating on buying it. Denver Broncos.
Okay. What else we got in hip hop before we get out of hip hop?
What else do we have?
See, also got also too.
But hold on, but y'all didn't speak on the Tasha K settlement. The lawsuit was for like 1.5 million, and then they want her to pay the lawyer fee, so it was like a total of $3 million. And the way the lawsuit is set up is that she can't even discharge it on bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That her whole little program is gonna be done. She's done for.
She works for Cardi B now.
Right. So anything she puts out, that's Cardi B shit.
Cardi B gonna need a piece. Or she gonna keep paying.
Ouch. Where to teach them? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. People are really gonna have to start watching their mouth. You can't just really say anything about, anyone just, for clout or to make money.
Yep. You gotta have your some people take it with a passion. She was saying Cardi B was a prostitute, this, that, and third, on her allegedly hearsay. Cardi B went out there and took an STD test and released that in public, letting them listen to our lies.
That's the thing. Remember the saying that used to be any publicity is good publicity?
Yeah, not everyone
more. Not anymore.
These celebrities ain't going for that bullshit no more.
I mean, some are. Like Cardi B's from the hood, man. She ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? On that, you talk to me any kind of way, I'm supposed to just take because I'm a celebrity. She's a new rich. Old rich would have just been like,
it's a lot of people that'll make you pay too.
Yeah.
It ain't just her. Yeah.
A lot of them would just, let you talk your kind of way. It might send you a
I'll say not Cardi B per se, rappers.
How much time? Rappers ain't spending no damn money on no season.
Exactly, rappers.
Yeah, rappers are
most other rappers. That's what you're talking about. But anybody else, yeah, they're gonna.
Because you got to have the money to sue. Cheng should have been suing a lot of motherfuckers that made that fucking story about him. He should have been suing the Sydney Star. Should have been suing all that back day. You got a lot of people that, even with the Young Bucks story, where people saying alleged this, alleged that. Tasha K was one of the biggest people talking about, she knows for a fact Young Buck was messing with young girls. Messing with girls, not young girls, trans girls and all that stuff. And she's like, she's going to interview the person. She put a lot of sauce on that thing. Wow. And, you mess with the right one, you know what I'm saying? And he could have sued, but, you got the right client you could go after. 50 is one of them that's petty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she said something like that about, like, Jay-Z, where he's at right now, he'll sue. Beyonce, she'll sue. Probably Kanye. I don't know about Kanye. Kanye.
A lot of them will hit you that cease and desist, and you have good sense for you to stop. But yeah. I think she thought she didn't think Cardi B was gonna go through with it. Maybe that's what
right, because
that's what it is. She didn't think. Yeah,
she just didn't pay no mind to the cease and desist.
Yeah, because Charlamagne sends out the cease and desist to everyone, and motherfuckers still be talking, and he'd be like if I was Charlamagne, anytime motherfuckers bringing up that rape case. You get the one cease and desist, and it's lawsuit time.
I think that's what he's on now. That's why you don't hear that shit no more.
Well, he sends the cease and desist first. Look at your boy. You was talking a lot about your boy that calls everyone
suspected racists.
No, man. Your boy that got popping last year, the basketball player that had like the 0 points in the playoffs.
Risbert?
No, man. The one nigga that got flaming last year, he's over here talking about y'all getting y'all checks from Zaddy. He ended up becoming like the biggest flop. Like he got.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame, yeah. So when Charlamagne said that cease and desist, he was first saying like, "Oh, this bitch nigga sent me cease and desist." Kwame is still out here trying to keep his 15 minutes of fame going, this, that, and third. But he kind of stopped on that Charlamagne stuff, but he still be on other people. But some of these other celebrities could hit him with that cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? If they felt like they wanted to press him. So, you know what I'm saying? That some people feel like, oh, I ain't got no money with that. Come sue me. That ain't nothing. But the rich motherfuckers could make your life a living hell. The motherfuckers will have you going to court every day of your life.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, also, like, she also had her lawyer fees too. I don't know, like, if that's gonna.
Yeah. That's why it makes it up to $3 million.
Oh wow.
There is a judgment for her winning the case. It was 1.5, and if they end up approving the lawyer, her thing, that's another 1.5. That's
something I learned. Like also like from being in the military and being and also like overall America too. Like if you're rich, if you're at the top, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong and you're guilty.
Oh yeah, man.
America, any crap that falls on you, you did it.
If you can use the court system.
If you can't pay to defend yourself, it's true.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
That's the thing. Like when you know you're right and you know you're not wrong, sue the person because you're gonna win the lawyer fees.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Especially if you know you have it. And
how long will the case go on? Will your lawyer go and say? Some people just feel like, man,
Yeah, they're gonna let that shit drag out. And you even have it. The average person don't even have that.
Some people make an allegation against you. They're wrong, but that shit's been given you. Your lawyer. You're paying your lawyer in advance. Your lawyer isn't getting paid on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
You're hoping you get the lawyer fee back.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you gotta have it.
Yeah, your lawyer don't give a damn. Your lawyer go to bat for you every damn time. You pay them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you have it and you know you're not wrong, sue the person.
Yeah, but motherfuckers will make this shit drag out forever. You be like, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna settle. That's why a lot of people settle, because these lawyers don't give a damn. They'll battle on your behalf all damn day long. So if you do got it, then sure. Or if you want to make a point.
But who really got it though?
Yeah, the regular folks ain't got it.
Yeah, we ain't got it, man.
You know what I'm saying? When you're a billionaire, you can use that as an expense for any damn thing. If you got a billionaire like Trump that got like a go-to man, a handyman, who's also be a lawyer, that nigga file all sorts of shit on your behalf. He's probably not charging you. You know what I'm saying? It's different than having a full law firm on your behalf. That'd be expensive, bro. That'd be crazy to use all them resources. Think of all the people Barack Obama could sue. I mean, all sorts of stories about him.
But I'm pretty sure Barack Obama can find a lawyer that'll go pro bono for him.
Man, he's a lawyer too, so I'm sure he could do it himself.
His wife's a lawyer.
He be in that bitch. I'm representing myself, Your Honor.
I would love to see that. I'll pay to watch that.
Yeah, I'm taking this guy down. All right, what else we have in hip hop? Cardi B also said she's gonna pay for the Bronx fire victims' funeral.
Yep.
Was it like 12 to 8 people had perished?
Yeah, but what happened with that fire? What was the cause of the fire?
It was 19 people that perished.
I don't know, but your boy tried to blame it on black women, as he always do.
Who that?
Tariq Nasheed. He said black women are to blame for the fire or something. I don't know how he ended up getting to that conclusion, but Tariq Nasheed,
So what happened about every other fires that happens everywhere else? I mean,
there's other reasons, but you're saying this specific fire is a black woman.
Imagine if there was they said the fire started in apartment 4B and it was from a hot comb.
Yeah. Tariq Nasheed, that's his bread and butter. His go-to is that, hold on, there's black woman bashing going on. He gets mad.
Hold on. I thought he's for the what do you call that?
Oh, my bad. Not Tariq Nasheed. Sorry, not Tariq Nasheed. It's Tommy Sotomayor.
I never heard that guy.
Oh, if you want to talk about hate,
I never watch his channel, so I've heard about him, but I never watch his.
Yeah, if you talk about hate black women, now no other guy. They cancel this guy's YouTube page religiously. Black women be canceling this guy all the time, but motherfuckers love to hear him speak. He's always popping up again. He's a comedian too, I guess. So he gets gigs, he gets comedy gigs. He's got a little bit of following. He's got a following. He says some crazy shit, but to me, it's borderline. It's more than just being, bombastic or trying to make some line, because even from his like the little sticker, what's that thing called on your video, the little thumbnail, it's always something with some black woman looking ratchet or this, that, and a third in the headlines. He's always dragging black women now, so he'll end up getting strikes on YouTube, and his page gets taken down, and he'll pop up on another page. But he's got a following. This is his bread and butter. He beats with anyone that, like, I know he didn't like Kevin Samuels. He didn't like what's his name. Anyone that tries to go against him, that tries to take that lane from him, he's at their neck. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What else we have in hip hop?
Got Jay-Z, and Meek Mills, and a few more artists, trying to push for laws to prevent artists from being
the lyrics being used in court.
Yeah.
I used to agree with this, but nowadays when motherfuckers is calling the ops dead names on records, fuck that. Use all that shit. Lock these niggas up. Use all that. These niggas giving full confessions. We supposed to act like we don't hear it? Freedom of speech? Nah. Let that shit rock. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days when you making up a story and you being very vague is different. But when you dropping the dead ops names and talking about you spinning on this block and riding for this person, like you might have to leave that in there. You might have to take that to the trial.
Yeah,
especially when you talk about
shit
what
is getting in hip hop, where shit is so out of control and niggas is doing so much dumb shit.
Yeah, when motherfuckers are getting signed on for actually, when ex-killers are actually getting record deals, how are we not gonna use their lyrics? It'd be different if they're killers and they're doing R&B and they're just singing and saying that was okay use the lyrics, but they over here having committed murders and speaking on stuff like that, perpetuating it and shit like that. How are we not gonna? It don't make any sense. So it's commendable what Meek Mill's and Jay-Z saying, but Meek Mill's out here doing track with Dirk and them boys, and to me that sounds stupid because they got, like I said, they don't make any sense. Speaking of using names and records and using Gucci Man drops name drops Jesus Dead Homie on his new record, Rumors with Young Dirk when he speaks on Pookie Look on there again. On a fire ass verse too, bro. The whole song's fire.
What he said?
He said some line about he thinks his house is being haunted by the ghost of Pookie.
Wow.
So it wasn't real disrespectful, but just bring up the fact that your house is being haunted and by the guy that you killed, it is kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga living his truth.
He is living his truth. That is true. But I think y'all over it. That's the thing with Gucci, man. This is a motherfucker that, you know what I'm saying, if it was in the street, he'd probably have to go. Because this is a guy that you can never keep happy. Y'all
said y'all squashed the beef. Y'all did the whole icy track.
You won't let it go. You are still living. I'm trying to be the bigger man. You're still bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? You the nigga in the streets. You got to go, bro.
It's with Jeezy. Jeezy out here having Asian babies, so Jeezy ain't got
that don't mean nothing. Remember Pookie Loke's son had already, after the Versus song, he out here dissed Gucci and Jeezy. One, because Gucci dissed his dad, but Jeezy for even going back and doing a song with or even doing a concert with him. But that's the part of the streets. That's the part of the game. You know what I'm saying? When people don't war forever, what do people think happens when wars come to end?
Yeah, the countries usually get along.
The countries get along. What do y'all think? These people just go around just killing each other forever? Don't look at that's how wars come to end, and there's casualties. But the one thing is, you ain't supposed to just be dissing the dead, though. That's some new. Even we that create wars.
That was not a diss, is it? Is that a diss to you?
It's somewhat saying that you feel your house is. It was a song talking about riding on the ops and saying how you basically you gotta say it came from. It could be perceived that way. I was like, why even bring it back up? Why are you still in that light?
But saying something like, I feel my house is haunted by such and such could just
by
be
the ghost of Pookie, your name dropped them.
But it could be also like saying that, like, damn, I killed this guy. I don't know if I was right about it. And now
we know Gucci ain't on that type of time. Now, I'd be thinking that. You're supposed to, at the American way, it's supposed to be you catch a body and then you at least pretend you're remorseful. But you're in Mo Gucci last time. He had the interview with Charlamagne. And they like, nah, that nigga right there where he's supposed to be. He tried me. That nigga down here in the dirt, he right where he's supposed to be. That was Gucci's verse, remember? And then when he did the verses, he had to put that nigga in the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Where he said that. So
see, I'm going to put him in the box. It's coming right back to you.
Yeah. Gucci's constantly emphasizing, I killed that nigga, and he ain't feeling bad about it. Ain't no, he shouldn't have, ain't no, man, I wish I had to do that. Yeah, I killed that nigga. You right where you supposed to be. And what? It's a celebration. You know what I'm saying? That to me is what, usually when you get away with some crime and you get such as corporate money, and on the Gucci got a fucking Gucci deal, bro. And he out here talking about poop. Shit is crazy. It's crazy to me.
Listen,
but that's what the fans love about Gucci.
What do you expect from a nigga that expected a gunfight?
Exactly. What he said, them niggas said we're gonna be a gunfight. They called the cops. I thought we were gonna be a gunfight. I don't know why they called the cops.
What do you expect from a nigga like that?
We got the law, but it's sometimes, you know, you let the retarded nigga win. Sometimes the retarded nigga in life, the retarded nigga ain't supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they win. That's what you got to do. You got to deal with them. That's why you can't just let anyone win. Gucci out here, he won't come forward. He won't. Like I said, look at the beef with him and even Yo Gotti. When he dissed Yo Gotti not too long ago, saying, and that beef stems from he claims that it came from Yo Gotti dropping the same day as him on like October 17th, a couple of years ago, 17 his label brand. And Gotti said it wasn't even that big for you to just up and switch over on me like that. And he didn't know. He just thought, oh, you dropping the same day I am? Oh, I didn't even know that was my day. He was like, yeah, that's cool. Then that's dope. Me and the homie dropping. But Gotti said when he looked back at it, it's because he used to mess with Gucci's wife before.
Wow.
And you're like, ain't even that big, bro. You're like, you know, it is what it is in the game. It's not like that. But I felt now that the world knows it, it's one of those things that Yo Gotti could have took the high road and never mention it. But fuck that. This guy's an animal anyways. He's calling you out by your first. It's like a person, you try someone by accident, you don't even do it on purpose, and the first thing they do, they think the worst of you. And they are calling you out by their name. Then, you know what I'm saying? That you don't owe them anything. So you know what I'm saying? The guy had no choice, but like, yeah, man, I used to buzz down his broad, man. That's probably what it's really over.
Oh, wow.
And this is this guy's wife now.
Wow.
It is disrespectful, but how does nigga go off and just I'm dropping the same day as you calling me all sorts of bitches and hoes and shit like that because I'm doing songs with T.I. and them. What does that mean? We're not brothers. Like, this is a music business.
Well, you know how the game is now. You can't do music with people that's beefing with each other.
But this was before now.
You know who started that shit? Gotti. You know who started that shit though, right?
Who? 50? Yeah.
Yeah, 50 started that shit.
Say Biggie?
50.
Who?
50 cents.
Oh, 50. Oh,
yeah. So Gucci was on that same type of time. Yeah. You know, people say, you know, but I can see, you know, it's being different. You know, I guess with Jeezy, he could feel like, you know, this dude, you were doing songs with this dude, you cool with me, and I had to kill one of these guys off. So I guess maybe it's because of that. But and to me, I can be like, I'm not messing with you anymore, and just not even say it in any interviews. And he's like, nah, we cool, but you don't have to. I don't have to. When I got beef with one enemy, don't mean I have to create new ones. I can be like, I just don't have a friend anymore. And for him, it's like I got friends, and the other side's enemy automatically. If you're not my friend, I gotta treat you an enemy. It don't make any sense. So even though he stopped fucking with Yo Gotti, and you know, of course he started hanging with Dolph and shit like that. So it's wild. You know, hip hop got its space, but these niggas, man, even when they reformed, though, they still out here, you know, pushing the shit.
Yeah.
What else we have in hip hop? I think that was it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that's it in hip hop.
Oh no. There's one last one I have. One of your boy Baby and Slim, their brother he's about to be released. They have another brother that was doing life in prison. He's been served 20 years or so far. He's just about to be released from jail. They didn't release the reason he's being released is sealed. So, but he's about to get out. So, you know, of course, his lad had to put it out like it's sealed. So, you know, there's that innuendo that, you know, maybe this nigga cooperating or something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I mean, I done did 20 fucking years. What can I cooperate?
Ain't no cooperating after 20 years.
Unless I'm cooperating on some new shit, or is it a nigga that's already in there? You know, if depending on what you cooperate, you know, you can cooperate 20 years depending on some charges. Murder has no what's the name? No statute. So maybe I not complied. I'm like, all right, this guy did this. You know what I'm saying? So he's willing to do that. A life sentence, and now he's coming home.
Remember, life sentence is 25 years. Did he have a natural born life sentence? Is it natural of his life, or was it like a 25-year sentence?
But I know the reason he's getting out is sealed.
Yeah, it could have been. Listen, that shit could easily be overcrowding, and they seal it.
They usually, who knows? We'll see. I don't know. I'm sure the thing will come out.
So there's
because this is Louisiana. You know, Louisiana's one of them places Louisiana's one of them places that they give you life. They give you life.
Yeah,
that's 25 shit. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana is the place that kills the most people. For sure, they have the most death row inmates, and they also lock niggas up the longest. So. But and how dope is it that this nigga thought he was doing life, and now he gets out, and your brother's already multi-millionaires. You know, between the two of them, they're billionaires together, combined income, and now you get to come in. These niggas gonna carve you out of that sort of something.
Yeah, man, you coming out to something great.
And that's something great. You know what I'm saying?
Good
Nice
life.
little check.
Hopefully he's not dead in like 5 years. You know how these niggas get out of jail.
Get right back in.
It's not even right back in. They usually die first.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
niggas get out of jail
bit,
and they do a few years out on these streets. Shit is different now. You talking about a nigga that was locked up in what 2000?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you know, baby, if he's with his brother, he won't even be in the same hoods anymore. He's not gonna go back there unless they try to put him on parole.
Not even that. You're talking drug overdoses, all types of dumb shit happens, bro.
Yeah, that's true because he has been in prison for 20 years, and it ain't like these guys aren't using drugs in there and doing all sorts of shit. They have a whole regiment, though, and they get out. That shit gets crazy.
Because we done had a few guys that did 10, 11 years come out, and them niggas end up dying of drug overdoses or something drug related or alcohol related, something like that. So, shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, that shit fuck with your mentality. You know, having to live that lifestyle for this amount of time. Now you are exposed to this.
Are you free?
Hey,
free. The niggas
you don't
be really free.
Yourself. Yeah, now you don't know what to do it yourself. Now you don't know how to adjust.
Yeah, man.
And it ain't the same world that you left.
Right, and you know they don't prepare you for the outside world when you're in jail. They just open that gate and tell you, "See you later."
Oh, yeah, just like a bird. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's wild. So you know, it's good that he's coming home. You know, we see how that works out. What else we have?
Let's see.
Hip hop.
I think hip hop is done.
That was the last one I had in hip hop. People are paying tribute to Michael K. Williams for his birthday.
It's been a year already since he died?
No, it hasn't been a year, but I believe it was his birthday that just came up.
Okay. I guess we could jump into pop culture. You got your girl Regina King's son dies at the age of 26, death by suicide.
Yeah. Her son died. I always feel like, you know, he was built in privilege. You know, the dad's a producer, the mom's a rich actor, and these kids ain't built for adversity, though. You know what I'm saying? So shit get a little hard, and these just check out.
Yeah, at 26, I don't. At the age of
That's
26,
crazy.
I don't think I ever been through anything that was that detrimental where I would be like, damn, I feel like not being here anymore.
They're not. Yeah, he's not a regular 26. He's an affluent, rich kid. So you gotta take him almost like he's a white guy in a sense.
Yeah,
she get hard. Not as regular man. He ain't like a southern poor trailer trash white guy who's used to adversity. This is a shit been hard. Now shit looks like the slightest bad. All right, goodbye, Crow World. And these niggas check out. You know what I'm saying? They got to take the coward's way out.
Yeah, I'll never understand suicide. So
I don't want to even understand it. I want to. I want to go back to making it where it's shunned. Where it's at some point someone's gonna like at some point somebody's gonna want to understand rapists. Like, let's not just shun them. Let's understand their sickness. And I'm like, nah, we don't. Not everything we need to understand. Some stuff we gotta shun to alienate that behavior, to make people not even do the behavior. And I feel suicide is one of the things we should stick to shunning. You're like, you took the coward's way out. You was whole.
We did. I don't know. I mean, you really a lot of it is gentle. people going through stuff.
I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm here for the living.
Go on.
If you're,
They're
I'm not
alive
saying,
too.
listen, if you out here coddling that behavior, you're gonna get more of it. If you make it bad behavior, there's a reason, motherfuckers. Back in the days, people would just rape and keep it moving. It was just part of it was just part of it. When society looks down upon it, most people follow rules. So most people are like, we ain't on that shit, or it's looked at as vulgar or bad. So we gotta start babying something, or it's looking acceptable. In some cultures, it's not looked at as a bad thing. Over there in China and Asian shit, the motherfuckers look at it almost like it's a commendable thing to do. So if they feel like they let their employer down, they didn't succeed, these guys just jump out the building. You know what I'm saying? So culture wise, you gotta, if you don't want that shit to spread over here, you gotta shake that shit out. You gotta shun it right from the get go.
Yeah.
You can't normalize it.
I ain't gonna understand that shit. I don't want to understand it.
There's nothing to it. I don't see what is if understanding it's not gonna stop it, then it's not gonna make no difference. What I care what the reason you check out. You checked out.
We're saying this stuff from a different standpoint because
I'm fighting for the living.
To my knowledge, like none of us ever had suicidal thoughts. I don't know. I haven't.
I never had suicidal thoughts.
I can't speak on y'all, so I don't know if y'all had it or not. But I never had a suicidal thought to be like, shit is just that bad. I don't want to be here no more.
Listen, shit is bad. Shit can get very bad. But I know from the human experience, give it time. That's what we do. You'll adapt to it. No matter how bad the situation is, you'll adapt. You know what I'm saying? That's our condition. Shit is bad now, but give it time. Bad is just relative. Bad is the span of time. You know what I'm saying? We're descendants of motherfuckers that come from slavery. If they would have checked out, we wouldn't have been here. So shit was bad looking back. Shit was bad all back then, but how'd they get through it?
Yeah, but from looking at like what you call that, hearing people's perspective, it's not that really it's bad. It's just like, you just like feel like you don't have a purpose. Like even when you're in a bad situation, like I guess like you feel like you got something to like you have something you could fight toward, a goal or a purpose, something you could you really got
a lot of that is a lot of
when you got a child that just like wakes up, like everything is normal to them.
Yeah, that is a lot of people.
No struggle, nothing they have to fight for, nothing they have to pursue. They have, really like no type of challenge. Don't have to overcome anything. It's almost like, well, then what the hell am I here for? Let me, try death, I guess.
To me, to me, I'm like, why? Why try death? Death is coming anyways. Why try death? Just let it ride. It's gonna come. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's the for sure way. It's coming regardless. Why rush it?
They wake every day. They wake up every day wondering. It's like
don't wonder. It's gonna come. You ain't gotta worry about it. It's not.
We're not wondering about definitely like what to do. Why they here?
I feel like death is coming. It's not like it's on it. It's gonna come regardless. So let me experience everything in between. And when it comes, it's gonna come. We ain't rushing this. You know what I'm saying? It don't make any sense to go to the unknown, especially if you have no way of retrieving back or coming back around. But it's America's now having a suicide. It's rising a lot more, especially since the COVID lockdowns, especially in towns that are ravaged with drug overdoses and there's no jobs, in rural America. So now even motherfuckers that are used to being broken and poor for a long time, even they're finding that as the checkout. And I feel that's because society is making it where it's not shunned anymore. It used to be shunned, where we don't do that over here. You used to say,
and that's one thing, like a lot of parents, who like really like make it or, like able to provide more, they, like really make it real easy on their kids. But then the kids doesn't appreciate it.
Exactly.
So you have like, even like right now you have a lot of rich parents now who's actually making their kids, like give them a little challenge. Hard for them, like even like
you need adversity for a reason, because that way when you face something hard, you don't fold up, and you know what I'm saying. Adversity is needed.
Even Trump, he did that, for to his kids,
bro. Even
that's what I'm saying.
People saying that COVID is making it tough for people, like
it is.
I understand that. I really don't, because I haven't had any mental issues during COVID.
Well, like we said on the podcast, you might be watching a movie now and you get like a thug tear. That's just one aspect of it. There's the human brain is a computer. Other people could be getting complete psychosis or completely crying or getting dark thoughts. And then the social media aspect of it. I'm saying social media will definitely make you feel like you ain't did enough or ain't got shit. And if you can't even think about it.
The funny thing is, like, I think people really need to see like the front and the like all the fake stuff that that's behind social media. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're really like like understand. You know what? Most of this shit ain't real. So yeah, I think it's really worse for somebody really trying to fake something they don't have. Like that's really the ultimate.
But I wonder if like social media has a bigger effect on people that are envious.
But it has an effect on everyone because the highest rate of suicide is young girls right now. Because they're cutting and self-harming because they're watching social media. They're seeing girls their age rich and looked at, and now they have to look that way.
But those are if that makes them sad by seeing other people do this shit, isn't that a form of like you just being envious of somebody else? It is.
I guess some envious is there, sure, or they want that clout. Yeah, but you sure there's some kind of envy there. It ain't even that like that. Then you have girls that are getting the most money ever. They're doing OnlyFans and everything else. They getting the money, but they ain't got no dude. They ain't got no one's taking them serious. They're getting the money. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like that was my theory. I always felt like men are willing to, there's some stuff we're willing to say, all right, we're gonna check our morals at the door. We're gonna get this money. We might do some crime, we might front some harm. And we're saying, and the woman was the equally yoked. We ain't doing all this shit. And that was kind of the balance. Now with both sexes having that type of mentality, are you built like the man to take that? Nigga, I know I ain't shit. I'm just getting this bread and that's all I care about. When a woman's built like that and still genetically she's meant to have kids, I think it might have some side. You know what I'm saying? A guy could go his whole life just, spending money, having women, this, that, and the third.
Men have time.
Not only that, but even if he doesn't, I feel like a guy could not have no
men have time.
And if he lives a successful life, he's not going to feel, damn, I didn't do anything.
No, a guy could be a bum and still be proud about it.
Exactly. He look at the small things. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard the analogy that men are like waffles and
no,
women are like pancakes?
No, how does that go?
So you have a man is a waffle, right? He's able to compartmentalize. What's the word?
Compartmentalize, yeah.
Yeah, he's able to do that.
All those little boxes, yeah.
Right. With all different thoughts and then any different action, emotions and shit like that. He's able to do that. But women, it's spaghetti. They say women is spaghetti. Everything touches. So okay. This emotion touches this emotion, this feeling. So they really can't separate certain emotions. All that shit touches.
Yeah, it's crazy because for the longest men were the highest group to commit suicide. So that makes sense because once a guy can't do his job, which is provide and protect, he was like, all right, I'm out, I'm checking out. But what reason a woman would have to check out?
Well, it's just like you can have even all the money in the world, but like there are some things,
That's what I'm telling you. If they were never, what I mean is they were never tethered to having the money. They were security. I got the security. I got the money. I got the husband. I'm going to have some kids. I'm going to love my kids. Even the husband I love. But now if they just having no husband, no kids, they just tied to the money was never strong enough for just the man. Yeah. The man wanted to protect and provide. If you just have the money and you have no one to protect and provide with, they're like what you're saying, Gray. They're like, what the fuck am I doing in this bitch?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like money is it's just like I look at it. It's almost like fuel, like basically fuel.
Exactly. Yeah.
The more you have, the further you can go.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give you direction. It doesn't give you where you should go, stuff like that. So
it doesn't give you direction. Yeah. So it can lead you ways.
If you're already an unhappy person and you get more of it, you're just gonna be a more unhappy person.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. You're right. It can. It
really
gives you the fuel to fund anything that you. Yeah,
that's all it is. It's not really just if you're a happy person. Yeah, more of it. It'll make you even happier.
Even drugs, when you think about it, like I said, I don't like to think of like how I don't even want to understand like this was like for a long time. I was like, I don't even want to understand heroin addicts or crack addicts. All you take a drug doesn't kill you, but it's not that taking a drug doesn't kill you. if you ever had a high, say off of weed or a gummy or anything, they're just chasing the next high. They're like, nigga, that's even better than that. But see, I'm like, nah, I'm good at this level. I don't know. I don't see what the next level is.
I don't know. To me, I look at it even like my favorite chips, like, you know, like I like to eat. So now you get the craving, you know, for it.
Yeah, for that chip. But what if someone saying, hey, this chip here is even better than that one? I'm like, see, we're good. I'm like, no, I'm good at this level, bro. There's some people that are thrill seekers, that are enjoyment seekers, and they're like, nigga, this was good, but I hear that one's even better. I gotta try that. And then that's how they get hooked. Because I didn't think about it. Like, why would any person with the right mind try heroin or fentanyl, any of these drugs that kill you? But the fact that it does feel better than the current drug. If you love this feel, this is the next level. And for us, we're like, nah, I'm good. I ain't fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen Boosie this past week. He was on a mushroom. We're like, oh, you know, they say mushrooms are the ultimate high. But I'd be like, I done heard that it can unlock different parts of your brain. And I'm like, I don't want to jump off the deep end and can't get back. Because that shit, you know what I'm saying? You get psychosis. And there's some people that you have manic depression in you. You can have schizophrenia in you, and it's just dormant. And sometimes certain drugs, it sends a signal off to that part of the brain, and it wakes it up. And you gotta hope it comes back down. Sometimes it's up, and it's up for good. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's me. I like the current me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to change to another me that I don't recognize.
So when we gonna take these shrooms, fellas?
Nah, I ain't fuck with the shoes. I hear it's next level. You should have seen the video, Boosie. This motherfucker was having a blast.
I saw that shit. Boosie, he was having a good time.
Nah, I can't fuck with it, though. Like I just got on.
I'm gonna have to try that shit in a controlled area.
Yeah, and they said you want to also have good thoughts, because if you don't, these type of drugs that make you fucking peel your skin off and have a bad trip, do all sorts of shit. So you know, you got it's. I'm glad that I didn't even do anything until I got to 34. You know what I'm saying? I drunk, but till I started, you know, doing gummies at this age, I think I appreciate it more.
So by the time you're 40, we gonna get you on them shrooms when you hit 40.
Listen, as long as I got motherfuckers that depend on me, I can't be doing it. Once I got the kids out the house and they grown, I'm good. I could check out and be irresponsible. But to me, I got too much responsibilities to be trying some shit that.
How old is your youngest?
My youngest is Junior, is 6 years old.
Junior's only 6?
Yep.
No, he's not, bro.
6. Well, 7. Going to be.
Yeah. Hold on.
That's my youngest.
No, he's not, bro.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Because I've been in Orlando for 7 years old, right? For 7 years.
Nigga, you don't know how old your kids is, Nate. Junior is not fucking 6.
He wasn't born, you know, like before I moved down here.
Junior was born up here.
When I moved down here, yeah.
No,
how long
bro.
you been up here? We've been up here 5.
Been up here for like 7 years.
No, not me. Let me see. I've been 5 years. Yeah, we're going on 7.
Exactly, bro. Junior was at least
8. I got mixed up. He's 8.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. 8 years old.
Junior might be 12 years old, bro.
I do have a 12-year-old, though. I do have a 12-year-old.
Tyler's 12?
Nastasia. Mine is 14.
Okay, so when did you get married?
This year will be we're going on the 10th year anniversary.
And Tyler was at least 4 years old when you got married, bro.
No, he wasn't. Tyler was not 4 years old. He was like 2 or something like that. He was a baby. Remember, he was the thing.
It was not no baby, bro.
He's going on 12.
Was he walking?
He's 11. Yeah, I got the photo of him. He was he was like 2 years old.
Nate don't know that.
It was 10 years ago.
Nate, you a typical Haitian father, bro.
Remember Junior was in the cradle. Remember, he was not the baby. He was like maybe 6 months old
when you got married.
Which one?
When you got married, he was in the cradle.
Was he? Yeah.
Okay, nigga, you about to be on your 10th year anniversary.
Let me see. Junior was in the cradle. I got my ages all fucked up.
Shit.
Nigga, Junior is at least 9 or 10 years old, bro.
I got Junior's age all jacked up. What am I thinking? Our Junior is maybe you're right. Maybe it's Junior.
What the fuck?
Junior got too much kids, bro.
Yeah, he's got to be 12 because if he was 2, like during your wedding, and
he's not 12. It's definitely not 12.
And your wedding was like 10 years ago.
He's not 12.
Come on.
This is a fucking shame, Nate.
It's not a shame, man. I grew up without birthdays, man. What y'all want? Did you have birthday parties growing up?
Of course not.
Oh, man.
Exactly. What the fuck you want when they celebrate? I celebrate on the behalf just for Libya and the missus. That's why you need the equally yoked. You got the missus. Hey, we celebrate birthdays and that. But I like, hey, man, it must be nice. I grew up without no birthdays on that, man.
Hey.
I be joking around like this, like my third time turning 30. That's why I joke around telling stuff like that. I said, for all I know. So, what were we on, anyways? Oh yeah, but with homegirl's son committing suicide, it's a tragedy. But like I said, what's the bigger tragedy is a lot of, especially these Black Hollywood celebrities, because there's so few of them. They only the females, they tend to only have one kid because they don't want to ruin their career. And now look,
was that her only kid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing with what's the name from what was the show the one that played in on Fox, man, played in Baby Boy.
Damn, what's her name? Tasha P. Henson.
Taraji P. She only has one. A lot of these Black celebrity actors, they'll only have like one kid though, and they don't want to fuck up their career. They want to have just their legacy, and they're like, man, and kids are people, bro, and people let you down. I like have more than one if you can.
That's why you have more than one.
That's how I look at it. Motherfuckers put all their eggs in one basket. And, they're people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? There's fuck ups in the group sometimes. That's how it goes. You gotta look at that way. Look at you and your siblings. Look at anyone. It's just a numbers game. The more you have, the better your odds work in your favor.
That's true.
If you have just one, you putting
one of them might make it to the NBA. One of them might become a politician. One of them might become an engineer.
But if you have just the one, you're putting a lot of ride on just one. It gives you enough time to try to put everything in that one. Sure, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that one could be more successful, but like I said, they could check out, they could die, and now you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? The odds are in your favor when you have more than one. And when you have more than one, you're gonna have probably more than one fuck up. But
I gotta work on having a second one then.
It was like, just look at you and your siblings and think like that, how it goes down. Not everyone's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone's gonna be as thought out how the parents wanted them to be. So it's sad, man. I think she only has one. They either have one kid or they have no kids. A lot of the Hollywood, especially
what grade is Junior in? Your youngest son?
3rd.
Okay, so he's about 8 or 9.
Yep. But it does make sense though. Like the wedding's about to be 10 years though, so that's why got me thinking. Well, shouldn't he be like 10 years old? But he is. That's what I'm saying.
He's about 10, bro. He might be in 4th grade.
You just don't know what grade he in. Yeah.
You just don't know what grade he in. He might be in 4th.
No, he's in 3rd. I know for sure. I asked him what's name. Let me text my wife how old is Junior. She's not. I know I'm not gonna hear the end of it, but what do you do? I always tell her what is age anyways. So yeah, what else we have? So that sucks for what was her name?
Regina King.
Regina King, and she's like a Black A-lister too, bro.
Yeah, she is.
She's not even like a Black A-lister. She's like an A-lister celebrity. Period. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the top tier. The Black celebrities, she does everything from Boondocks to The Watchmen to
she was in Friday.
She was just in
Friday.
What's the movie?
She put in work early, dog.
What's that? The Black country movie that just came out, The Harder They Fall.
Oh, fucking fire! Yeah, she was like the New Orleans one on there. Yeah. Fucking dope. She is raw, bro. For someone that's put in the work for that long. And she's one of them early too, though, and to see her still popping, still looking good, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, only having one kid, dog. That's the detriment, dog, trying to look young. That's why I remember Beyonce put off kids for a long time. But look, now she has what, four?
I know she has Blue, and then the twins, and then another girl, I think. Something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they have.
I know she has
at least 3 or 4 kids.
I know she has at least 3.
When that
she
happened?
has 4.
Nah.
It's either 4 or 3, bro.
Beyonce gets to have her cake and eat it too, though. These motherfuckers and the kids we grew up. But you look at the kids 1 second, next minute, motherfuckers is grown, bro. That shit. There was a skit about that online, though. The guy looked up. Yeah, the guy looked away, looked back, and like, bro, she was just a baby.
And it was like, yeah, he a D-athlete student now.
Yeah, this shit. I think once she had 4.
I think she has 3 or 4, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, Jay-Z has 1 boy.
Yeah, so she has 3. Two
them
girls. They had the twins and then Blue Ivy.
Okay.
Or they adopt one of them kids?
No, Blue Ivy's the first one.
Blue Ivy's the first one, and then they had twins.
Okay.
How Blue Ivy even that old? Like,
she's like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Nate know her age, but don't know his own kid's age. And Junior was born before Blue Ivy, bro. Junior was born before Blue Ivy, bro.
Blue Ivy, Sir, and Remy. Yeah, so he has 3.
Did your wife tell you how old your son is?
Nah, I think she knocked out. I texted her. She didn't text back yet. What else do we have?
How old you said Blue Ivy was?
9.
I didn't look up their age.
Let's see. 9.
She's 10 years old.
10. Very close.
Nigga, that means your youngest son is about 11.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not 11 yet. What else do we have? That was pop culture.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing we had in pop culture.
No, there's the new documentary that's supposed to drop called "We Need to Talk About Bill Cosby." I know the first person you see on there was Jamel Hill. Then you see, Mark Lamont. Then you see a lot of black intellectuals, man, that, when the camera's rolling, these motherfuckers that they get to go to. And I'm like, do we need to talk about Bill? Is this now? I mean, the guy that ended up going to jail on charges that he was not supposed to be charged on, did the whole time, ended up getting recanted on double jeopardy, and they released him. And now we need to talk about why. What benefit would they be from it?
Leave them in alone, yeah.
We just don't need these snowflakes representing the black community, bro. The black community don't think like a Jamel Hill or a fucking Mark Lamont. Mm-hmm. We're way more conservative than them people.
This is very true.
As a whole, as the black community as a whole, we're way more conservative than Lamont Hill.
They keep having these black representatives that don't represent us anymore. In that sense, like, I done seen Mark Lamont got his ass fucking killed by Candace Owens. That blew my fucking mind, bro.
Watch that, nigga. I love that shit.
No, that blew my fucking mind. This is a skilled scholar that knows everything. When she asked him, what is a woman? Is a trans woman? And that motherfucker said, yes. And she like, how? And she washed him. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? It was I'm like, Candace Owens of all people. This is the black girl that got the fried edges that can't even do her hair right. Like, sleeping with a white dude.
Yeah, but even her, like, she's not like, you know what I'm saying? She's still not a dummy like that.
But, bro, this was a walk in the park.
She's an extremist. I'll tell you
that. That's what I'm saying. This is a walk in the park. I was expecting from the cook ass. I was expecting from the cook ass, bro. But when he was there trying to be politically correct, yes, trans woman or woman. Of course, the woman. They're like, can they have this? I wouldn't say, bro. She fucking fried his ass, bro. Like,
yeah. But that's the thing with these guys. Like, when they're trying to like be like so liberal and be in the middle, yeah. Like a lot of the shit that you talking about is nonsense.
It is.
She'll still stand on, her, conservative stance.
He chewed his ass up, bro.
Yeah. I think any conservative would.
But it's the I guess you're right. A lot of these black folks that we elevate, especially in media, they're definitely all gonna have to be. They're all pro LGBTQ community, which is nothing wrong with that. But you'll never find one that's as conservative that's against it. Why are they ever promoted or anything like that? Because you got plenty of white guys that are like, nah, I'm a traditionalist. Why is there no traditionalist black guys on media? Why do they all have to fold, like Breakfast Club have the flag in the background? Not to say there's nothing wrong with that, but where's the balance? You're only portraying one kind of black.
And pandering to, like only women's views. Yeah.
Bro, when I see motherfuckers like Michael Eric Dyson, and he's a pastor, right? Or he's supposed to be a pastor?
He's a professor, not a pastor.
Okay, who's the one that's a pastor?
Reverend?
No, there's Reverend. There's Michael Eric Dyson. He's the one that uses the big words. There's the other guy with the fucking fro that also they're all together. Michael Eric Dyson and
Cornell.
Yeah, Cornell.
Is it Cornell West or Cornell East? Something like that.
Cornell West. Is he a doctor?
No, these are professors, bro.
One of them end up getting like a theology, becoming like is like a pastor.
Oh,
I know he's a philosopher. You know what I'm saying? I know one of them ended up becoming a pastor. I know that much. And to me, and like if you ever hearing about it's Michael Eric Dyson. He's doing that as a pastor, but I know like he'll speak a lot of like trans LGBT stuff like that. How saying we gotta accept them and that. I like how you preaching from the same Bible that says against this, but you're on that. To me, I like. Are we making shit up as we're going on? You're gonna either be this or that. There's nothing wrong with being one side, but you can't throw on the cloak and be like, oh, and we're gonna add amendments. You're looking full gazy out here. You know what I'm saying? You looking wild out here.
That's the thing. I don't know why people feel like they really got to be wavy.
You gotta be, because you know what I'm saying. There's black in it. Listen, black ain't enough to carry the weight anymore. Anytime someone mentions black, they're like, oh, well, we're fighting on blacks on behalf of the LGBT and the trans. It's always black, and no fuckers ain't fighting for just black.
So when you mention what you ain't got to this stand alone, you mentioned Asian, Hispanic, this stand alone.
Oh yeah, they stand alone. But when you mention black, it comes with the package.
Everything else, it got to be all way.
Black comes with the package. You got to say trans and LGBT now. That's the package. And I think some black folks or liberal black folks feel like, oh, we're gonna use this as a wave to lift all tides.
That's the thing too. Even like, what do you want to call it? Gay, black, anything, whether it's gay or that, they're
still at the bottom of their sect. Yeah,
it's still black.
Yeah.
It's still black. You're still,
Listen, and there's not, like I said, you're still
not fully invited to the club. You're still.
Yeah, there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but there is definitely no, like I said, anyone, even in hip hop, you can see anyone else is going to be, it's always going to be, there's only one, like you said, we're way more conservative now. There's only one version of black that's sold out there. You know what I'm saying? And there's not going to be two kinds. There's always going to be the liberal leaning kind. And just this week, I think they had like an article saying how someone was trying to push something, talking about how a lot of blacks aren't gonna the midterms, the turnouts might not be that big because the Democrats ain't done a damn thing for black folks. And I'm like, I feel black people damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if we're not gonna turn out, one side trying to suppress you from voting, the other side is not really gonna give you anything for voting. What's gonna end up happening? I feel a lot of black folks feel like, oh yeah, I need to leave the Democratic plantation. But what I really feel is gonna happen is that both sides are just gonna ignore us.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And I don't know if we're gonna be better off.
We just really don't have a choice, really.
Will that mean we're going to be better off, though? If both sides ignore you, will we be better off? I don't know if we're going to be better off, because blacks are still at least picking up the scraps from the Democrat side. Now, if both sides ignore you, then keep it moving.
And what's happening now? I guess we're getting diluted with, all these, different.
Yeah, you're getting diluted, but you still got some scraps. You know what I'm saying? You still got some. At least you ain't.
But you're small to begin with.
You're already small, but you ain't got a motherfucker trying to erase you from the history books. You ain't got that. You ain't got motherfucker just cheering the police blindly anytime they kill your people. You ain't got motherfucker pressing, hey, lock them up even more. So there's a difference between Democrats and Republicans. Sure, Republicans are actively keeping their boots on black people's necks. That's the difference. They want to keep things the same. Democrats ain't doing shit for us, but one side's actively treating you like the enemy.
No, Democrat, what they doing? They're doing it in a different way. They're pushing all these other narrative on us. They're pushing what you call that, the what you call that, the abortion, the
Yeah,
all that other liberal stuff.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're throwing all the liberal.
That still hurts you too.
But yeah, it sure could hurt us, just like they're pushing single motherhood and all that shit. But
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? But one side is actively using the state to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Using the government overreach, the overprotection, lock them up, the crazy Justin Sam can't what Sam. So there's one side doing that, and there's another side allowing you, giving you options. That's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But at least you're giving you a little bit of option. It's not being forced on you. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. But I definitely could see. I just Democrats do get on that bullshit, but I still can't see me out here empowering white men that hate black folks voting alongside of them.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stay away from social media. It's so many weird shit out there, so many weird groups, so many weird. Yeah, every time I come on, you hear like this person say this ridiculous shit, and that's why like right now like there's no need to really hear anybody's opinion because like it's not coming from a place of it's not genuine. So you're not really getting like a true opinion for real. Like people are just saying stuff just some ridiculous shit just to get attention, just to get views, just to get clout.
Well, yeah, you have people.
It's not really what they believe for real.
That's true. You have people from all walks of life. Like you have like someone like Dr. Boyce who says like he's not anti Black Lives Matter, but he's like we're over here making a big issue when cops kill us, this, that, and third when we're getting
Does he really believe that?
By the boatload. That's his excuse. And like, when are we gonna face that? I think my realization on that, at least this is my opinion, that I feel like any other group has gotten a chance to police themselves. No one wants to be involved with criminals. When people don't have resources and all that, they're gonna fight amongst themselves. There's gonna be criminals that thrive that's gonna prey upon the community. But unless that community gets to police itself, they're not going to be able to draw out those criminals. You know what I'm saying? Every group preyed on themselves. Italians didn't go around robbing black people or other people groups. The first group they victimized was Italians. Just like
that's who you run with. That's who you deal with. That's
any mafia.
That's
any
who you got
group,
problem with.
That's people you steal
the
from is your own people. And then when you build enough power there, then you exert it outwards. But black people has been the only group that wasn't allowed to then police themselves and take these people out of the community. So we're always been on the side of halfway criminals. That's why our culture is so intertwined with criminality. That's why it's even motherfuckers that don't break the law be on that, stop snitching, or we're kind of ingrained in crime because we've always been on the other end of crime. We never got hoisted that a majority of us are good citizens. So let's deputize this whole block, and now y'all have the power, and now y'all get these motherfuckers out of here. They never gave us that power. They all said, we're going to bring in the sheriffs for you. We're going to bring the police force for you.
Well,
every other group got to police themselves.
And this is why I criticize BET so much, because like we never really had what you call that
imagery.
The image, the platform, like we never really had.
That's
for anything else.
Yeah, that's a whole
anything positive.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal.
It's only really been hip hop, and then you had Mari, Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, and
listen. Well, not only
you got Hollywood doing either slave movies or violence movies or
But it's the fact that it's also you have no other group that they do this to. There was no other group that would have their only genre, their main genre is a genre that promotes criminality. You know what I'm saying? And then it's hoisted on there's Jewish rappers. I'm sure the Jewish folks who run the music and they could have been pumping Jewish rappers right and left on us. They ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna promote motherfuckers that's gonna do saying it's one demographic that's like a criminal. Like I said, in this system, the bottom class, they're like, hey, these motherfuckers, they live a different way. They're at the bottom. Their story is good to look at, especially if you ain't got nothing to do. You're like, man, you're like, this shit's, incredible. You know what I'm saying? It was like watching a mafia and you're like, man, these motherfuckers they wild back then. But black people still living like how they're still portraying us now. So we're the entertainment for everyone else.
Yeah.
In that aspect. And no other group got to do that.
That's why when you're like, you come across some person or when you're like the only black person at an event or at the workplace, everybody expects you to be the cool guy.
Exactly. Automatically. You could be the nerd
guy,
in your block.
Cool guy, yeah.
Yeah, but they automatically expect that there's a certain swag or coolness about you. You're like, you could not possess none of that, but they don't know any better because media has one of the big things on you. It's wild, bro.
One thing I learned too, it does it both too. Like it washes it brainwashes some of these other like the white group, giving them that Jim Crow
how do we get back onto racism?
Because racism's in everything. It's the American way.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, they trying to do documentaries on Bill Cosby. These motherfuckers ain't drop a documentary on Trump. They ain't drop a documentary on your boy that Epstein. They ain't drop a documentary, not Epstein, but what's the one that the one that's in jail? Weinstein. Yeah. What's crazy? There is one that they're trying to do out Playboy now, talking about how UF there was having underage girls and they had some of these girls doing crazy stuff. I'm like, listen, man, y'all let this motherfucker ride out off into the sunset, be rich his whole life, do whatever you want, and then die in peace. And now y'all done the documentary. Let that shit rock. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit rock. Or at least afford us the same ability.
That whole Hugh Hefner shit, I think that's all about clout, man.
Even if it's one clout, but at least afford us
on
that
TV, bro.
That shit is wild. That shit is wild. And then what else do we have? I think that's it, bro. Y'all want to? We didn't do sports.
Yeah.
Let's rock on the sports. What do we have? Your boy Odell Beckham Jr. He took a major loss. He tried to be slick, when everyone was out here converting their income to Bitcoin and said he decided to take his whole pay or his new contract in Bitcoin. And since Bitcoin fallen so much, I think he only pocketed like $25,000 or $500,000 or some shit.
Bitcoin is down that bad?
No, it's down half of what it was back then. It used to be 60,000 and it's down like 32 now, so it's half its value now.
Ride the wave, man. Just hold on to him.
Yeah, that's all it is. They're just saying how he lost right now. So some people point out the same way they pointed out how he's winning, he's smart. Then when you take it out, they're gonna point out when you lose it. You know how that goes.
When you up, you're smart. When you down, you're dumb.
You're down, you're dumbass. Yeah, they make funny.
The good thing with that, it's not a loss until you pull it out.
Yeah, don't pull it out.
Yeah, there's not a loss until you pull it out. So
yeah, you know how it goes, bro.
If you got patience, if you can afford, to still, maintain your life, pay your bills, and then have to worry about that. I mean, that's really who wins, in these things. The person who can wait it out.
Exactly. Wait till things turn around, because right now the market has been taking a fucking killing. People are running out of places to put their money. Though the stock market's down, the crypto's down. Once the real estate's down, this shit's about to be a wrap. Motherfuckers were like, they just got to stick their money under their mattress, and even then, inflation's an all-time high. People are running out of places to put their money, bro.
Too much money out of here. I mean, then they just spread it. Give me some of it.
Give me some.
I'll bring the value back up.
So people trying to find safe places to put their money, but that's what I'm saying. Because leaving it in the bank ain't making no money. That's definitely a loss.
Or you paying the bank to hold your money.
Exactly. So, but there's some places where they got so bad, inflation got so bad, the bank would give you negative 1%, 2%, and it was
what?
Yeah, it got bad.
They're basically taking money from you.
Well, what happened is those places were places that their economy was stagnant and the people didn't want to move their money around. So they would that's an initiative to kind of make you invest your money.
Initiative to make you pull the money
negative is taken away from you.
But it's still safer than having it under your mattress. Motherfuckers ain't running in your house.
What?
but you are losing money while we're storing your free. So there's places that have negative interest rates. That shit, it hasn't come to America yet. People was wondering, will that ever happen in America? Will we ever get to that point where we get the negative interest rates? When we kept dropping the rates, that's the next thing. When it goes to 1%, 2%, 1%, the next thing after that is negative. That's when you start paying to store your money.
Yeah.
So
That's this book for me, man. Come on.
I might just have to ride around with that cash and that glizzy.
Book my place, bro. That's somewhere you could put your money.
Yeah, so and what's worse is, I don't know if y'all remember when there was a guy in California, there was a company in California that had like, you paid them, they didn't ask any questions, they just let you put shit inside a bunch of safety deposit boxes. And the fucking feds went in that bitch and busted down and took all the fucking thing and got like $3 million in income. And
damn,
like, you got funds over here, come and identify your box, and then you get the money back. They didn't like the fact that those motherfuckers decided to store your money from, because they want that shit to go through the bank, through a system, through them. They don't like the fact that you could be money laundering. You know what I'm saying? Let's say we all decide to leave our money at Juno's house. They're gonna start kicking Juno's house. They're like, hey, what you doing in the business of storing people's money? That's that bullshit, bro.
Yeah. Oh, y'all didn't get the email from Cash App about the tax
$600
tax documents? Yeah.
The thing with that is, it's so crazy because like I could just be sending you money. Like, say I'm gifting you money every so often, and over $600, you're gonna have to pay taxes on it. Even though the money I'm giving you comes from my paycheck, which is already taxed, now you got to pay taxes on money that I'm giving you, which is being double taxed. The government is all fucked up right now, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to run up in that shit.
That's why the rich don't be having that though. The rich hate when they want to hear all that. When y'all over here talking about taxes, the rich, they're like, I already paid taxes. I paid taxes when I sold the product. And, they be getting double tax, triple tax, and shit get crazy.
Well, when he sold the product, he ain't paid the taxes. The customers pay the taxes. But for corporation, like, they pay double tax. I know that.
Yeah, so that's why the owners be like, I ain't trying to hear all I'm saying. They don't want to keep paying. Yeah. The shit gets crazy.
Yeah, the government's overreaching, man.
You know how that goes.
What else we got in sports?
Let me see.
You got Barry Bond not elected to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Barry Bond. He didn't get accepted into the Hall of Fame. This was his last time, I guess. That he could. I didn't know there was a window of when you get accepted.
Yeah, but we already knew they wasn't letting that nigga in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but the thing is what's messed up about Barry Bonds is he was one of the few that even though he was accused of using enhancers, he never tested positive with it.
Really?
So what happened into you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there's been plenty of people that's been caught using drug enhancement, whatever it's called, PEs, PEs, and they make it into the Hall of Fame after a few years.
You sure?
Yeah, there's plenty of players that were caught with PEs in the Hall of Fame.
So Barry Bonds, one of the greatest pitchers out there, they won't let him into the Hall of Fame. This is last year, but even though he had more votes than the year before, it's just not enough. So yep. So I don't know. You got to check once you make it in there, right? Isn't there like some kind of thing for it? Is there like another, like $1,200,000 check, something like that? There's an upside to getting drafted into it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just like endorsements and shit like that you get from different people and shit. I don't think the Hall of Fame actually cuts you a check.
Okay, well, Barry Bonds already rich shit. Not much you could do about it at this point. It sucks the fact that he never tested positive. It was just allegations. But there was that one player that went and wrote the book on all of them, snitching on motherfuckers. So that could have been it. What else do we have in sports?
In sports,
Oh,
you
your
got
boy
your
AB
boy
claims
AB.
that the Bucks offered him $200,000 to go to like a little mental health retreat. And maybe I don't know if that would have been that give him back or let him come back after that or something like that, just so it don't make him look bad.
I think was it before that whole breakout or was it after? He said
I'm
they
not
offered
sure,
him.
but his lawyer didn't specify. Like he was saying, and he was telling his lawyer, "Tell him, man." And the lawyers have something like, even from that, I'm like, this motherfucker do have he is a little crazy. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I seen a video of him working out, and he had, I don't know if he lifted up the bench or it was like he was on the press and it messed up, and the bell hit him in the back of the head. I'm like, he definitely got CT. So your boy, as he tried to make his case, you see he reposted on when the boys didn't make it to the playoffs.
All right.
Remember when they got
Bucks
kicked out?
eliminated. Yeah, that nigga just trolling.
Yeah, I don't know. You think another team's gonna pick him up?
I don't
Man
know.
has talent, bro.
I don't know.
Talent
Yeah,
gets
he
picked
does,
up,
but
bro.
He's got talent. It's cheap.
but he's unstable.
Yeah,
Here's the
but
thing.
it's cheap though.
It's cheap, and the benefits sometimes outweigh the West Ham if you're trying to get somebody.
So they're paying him way below the NAF to pay him. So he's out here, as much as he's trying to be a champion and act all this badass, he's not doing nothing but fucking up his check. And every time he has to go to another team, he has to take a discount. They're like, nigga, we getting him for a steal. So he out here fucking himself over. Speaking of sports, I know y'all watched the last NFL last Sunday, all those games. I didn't tune in, but it was riveting online. That's all the games were.
Yeah, man. I watched the Bills versus the Chiefs. That game was amazing. I think that was the best game in NFL fucking history.
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys just kept going back and forth. And what's the name? Chiefs were down. I think they're down by 3 with 13 seconds left. Had the ball at the 25th and made it all the way down the field to get a field goal, go into overtime and win the game in overtime.
Chiefs won?
Chiefs won. Yeah, bro.
Oh, shit.
That was crazy.
Just that nigga put your
sorry ass overtime.
If you get another win, oh, bro.
Just the week before that, the Cowboys had 14 seconds and was only able to get off one play. They got off 3 plays in that 13 seconds.
Damn.
NFL got their sorry ass.
He about to get another bag.
Yes, sir. NFL got their sorry ass for what is it? Was it in overtime? It's only first touchdown wins.
It's coin flip, and then the first person to score. The first person not to score, and if you score a touchdown with your first possession, you win the game. So if you go down the field and kick a field goal, the other team will get the ball, and they have the opportunity to get a field goal, at least a field goal or a touchdown. If they get a touchdown, they win. But if they get a field goal, you go into second overtime.
But if you get a touchdown, that's it. There's no.
But if you get a touchdown on your first goal, you got it.
That's that bullshit. But those are the rules.
The rules are the rules. You can only follow them.
Yeah, the NFL likes to make the stakes as hard as possible. The playoffs on the one game, the overtime on the one possession. They want to make the stakes as high as possible on any given Sunday. So that's why I always felt like you're not really playing the best team. You're playing who just happens to got the best of you that day.
But NBA, that's every day.
Finding out who the best is.
But that's every day. That's every game.
Because in NBA, when they're playoffs, because you get the best out of the player because there's an actual, you got to beat them 3 times, 4 times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the better team wins.
Yeah. But in a one game, that's why it's called any given Sunday. You don't have to beat a team. There's different variables. But if I done beat you 3 consecutive times, 4 times, I done proved it.
Yeah.
It's undoubtable. But one day, anybody has an off day. Could be pressure, could be one. Sure, yeah. That's why, to me, you're not getting the best. You just happen to be gave it all that day. But people like that the stakes are that higher in football. It's
Yeah,
just that
but the
crazy.
game
to
is
me.
way more dangerous than what's name. Them niggas
It is
can't
way
play.
more
Them
dangerous.
niggas can't play 4 times back to back.
Not 4, but
That's why they have to have a whole week recovery, bro.
I'm sure it don't have to be like that.
You think NFL players can go out and do a back to back night?
Oh,
I
no.
think they can play twice. They play twice a week sometimes.
Yeah,
No.
but it's barely.
Barely,
You rarely
yeah.
have it.
Barely.
But imagine
If they do it, they'll play both end of the week.
Yeah, it'll be
if-
like on a Sunday,
imagine
and the next game will be like on
it'll be like a Sunday and then you play on a Thursday or something.
yeah.
But imagine if NFL teams played on Sunday, then they had to come play on Monday.
I ain't gonna give it. Yeah, that I won't say. That you know what I'm saying. That I won't
Even
give
if
my-
they had to come play on a Tuesday, that shit is still niggas need that recovery time.
I think at least during playoffs, then you can get that out of them.
Nah.
Unless you're gonna push back the playoffs a week down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe yeah. These motherfuckers are slamming at each other, fucking each other up.
Niggas die with CTE, bro. Imagine if they had to play back to back.
Right in the field. What else do we have? Well, we spoke on the Robert Smith, Odell, Barry Bonds. I think that's it, bro. Y'all got anything else? Yeah. Did y'all watch the UFC this past week?
I missed it. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I did too.
So did we watch what?
UFC.
UFC or no?
I think that's it. Y'all got any other things, or y'all wanna go into the recommendations?
Let me see. The only thing I've been listening to lately is that Kodak Black track. That shit fire, bro. I'm trying to figure out what melody that comes from.
The Super Gremlins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a melody that I know you hear as like a nursery melody or some type of melody. But I can't figure out what melody it is.
It's good. Here's the thing with Kodak. Kodak it's good to see him pop off. The labels ain't really shining him. That's why academics get paid how much he gets paid, man. These motherfucking labels are moving slow. Stuff ain't picking up. Academics give you an interview, give you some shine, plays on the thing. He starts picking up. Playlists start picking up. Now the label's gonna jump behind it. It's good to see Kodak get popping again. Every now and then he sizzles up before he even go to jail, die out. To me, I don't think he's actually even dropped a full album yet. Like all these are like little side projects, but I'm like, can he actually drop a good album? That's the only issue with it.
His last album wasn't good?
I've never had like a fully good Kodak album. And he's got plenty of good music. I don't make a fire Kodak playlist. This is one of those artists.
He's a Project. Project Baby was a good album. He had a few good albums. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Mixtapes be on point. Is one thing that should have been a good album was kind of a bit slow. But I'd like to see him, have like a full project, even if it's like 6 songs, 7 songs of straight fire. But I don't know if he's capable of that.
Y'all got any recommendations?
What recommendations do I have for this week?
I don't have any.
I spent my weekend. Let me see. What did I watch? No, I watched True Grit again. That's a Western. Yeah, I got to get into these Westerns, bro. What did I watch? I just watched Catherine again. I haven't watched something. I've been watching, sometimes I go back and, that's the good thing. Even though we have so much channels and stuff nowadays, sometimes you go back and watch an old rerun now. Something you've been watching, a movie or a TV series. You know what I'm saying? That you've seen a couple times over. I think this weekend I just watched True Grit all over again.
True what?
True Grit.
What is that about?
That's very popular. HBO got a bunch of fucking one-off series. Like they do like a little short, series that like a little one-off.
Is Your Honor coming back? I thought The Honor was supposed to come back. Your Honor.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a one-off, and they said they're gonna give it a second one. Did you ever watch that one?
I watched the first season. The first season was fire.
Fucking crazy, right? Yeah, Your Honor is a fire one. Yeah. And have you ever watched The Night Of?
I don't think so. No.
That's fucking crazy. Your boy plays in that. Michael K. Williams plays in that one too. He plays in that one. Real good job. The Night Of on HBO. I'll recommend that. That was a fucking either The Night Of or there's two. Okay, The Night Of and I Know This Much Is True. These are both miniseries on HBO.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo plays in I Know This Much Is True. He plays himself and he plays his twin brother. But you talking about this is when HBO get actors, you already know it's elite level acting. The fucking script is phenomenal. It's just fucking fire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what's name is coming back? Ozark.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is coming back now. Or it's coming back tomorrow if it's not out already.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Season 4 of Ozark.
Yeah, that's a dope series.
How about you? How about recommendation?
Ray said he ain't got none.
How about you?
Let's see. I've been watching shit, bro. I would probably recommend Your Honor or Ozark.
Okay. Yeah, Your Honor is definitely.
Your Honor on
Your Honor.
Was that HBO or Showtime?
Those are all HBO.
Okay, yeah, Your Honor, that's a good watch. I'd recommend that.
That one shows you the weakness that was the good thing about it. Shows you how much of your weakness your kids could be to you.
Yeah. It just shows you how much privilege, how privileged.
Yeah, how much privilege kids fuck shit up, definitely.
Yeah.
but it shows you how much a good parent, what love can be, how your own love can be. You can say like it could almost be your downfall in a sense.
Right. It shows you how deep a parent will go to protect his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're this high esteem and judge and shit like that.
Good dude, man.
You still break the law for your kid.
Do all sorts of shit, dog. Shit was crazy. Real good dude, though. The bounds he went to protect that kid, dog. Shit's fucking definitely a good show.
All right. You already know what to do, folks. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram, That's Absurd Pod on Twitter, That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook, and you could always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com. And the voice line is always open 24/7. It's 407-960-76. That number is 407-960-76. And we'll catch you guys next week. We out.